goes James Bond, up goes James Bond.
Attention business owners. To help you with your current situation, we're offering you a free copy of Chris Cardell's book, 77 Ways to Get More Customers. Click here to get yours now. There are 77 ways to get more customers into your business. Now you can...
Hi, welcome. I'm Iain Lee. Ignore her. There we go. This is Talk Radio. I don't make my finger go the right way. This is Talk Radio, home of the dreams, home of my dreams, and home of hopefully your dreams. Join me as we have a look at the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio.
Uncut after-hours conversation for the up all-night generation.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
What are you doing here?
Hi, Ian.
I know exactly what you're doing here. Hey, it's Ben Jones.
Hi.
This is about me, Ben, anyway. I know exactly what you're doing here. You've come to see how I put together a radio show. Well, step this way. Got my fob somewhere, hang on. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Can't find my fob, they won't let me in. There it is, there it is. There we go, we're in. Come in. Come in. Come with me. So this is the reception for Talk Radio, Talk Sport 2. That's Virgin Radio. Don't work there anymore, don't talk about that. We could get the stairs, but let's get the lift. This is the lift. Come in. Here's an interesting quirk. You've got to press the button twice. Press it once. So this is where it all happens, and you're going to really have an exciting adventure with me tonight. You're going to follow me and see how I put together my award-winning radio show, The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. I think you can eat quite a lot from it. Come with me. Come through here. This is the floor. Security. If anyone's thinking of breaking in, you need a fob. So, there's my buddies. Yo, Jason!
No.
My buddy's in the sports team. Well, I'll come over later and say some... I'll come over later, yeah?
No, you won't.
I'll come over later, mate.
No.
He's having a laugh. We get on so well, me and the sports team. It's absolutely brilliant. Hey, Boyle, high five, buddy. High five. Don't let me hanging. She's got headphones on. She can't hear me. So this is where it all happens. So sit back, relax. I haven't got time to relax, but I'm going to crack on and do some prep. I'm going to turn the TV on first because I think Bake Off is still on. It's like singing, okay? Some babies come out of the womb singing, and they can sing, and I'm thinking of, I'm thinking of some of the greats. I'm thinking of Liza Minnelli. I'm thinking of Jolson. I'm thinking of Stacey Solomon. I'm thinking of Jason Donovan. You know, people that have got that innate talent, they didn't learn that. That was there. It was from the big guy up there. And I think it's the same with me being a radio host. I think it's always been there. It just needed to be activated.
Get a real-time bird's eye view of your projects. Create project plans in one click. See.
Hey!
Sophie, I think
old sweets from the 70s.
Perfect shape of a
That'll get 'em
Victorian
talking.
Savoy cake. It's nice and hard. It's spectacular to look at. And the chocolate top
That
is
gets 3
magnificent.
exclamation marks.
It's very, very clever.
A black and white empire, London 1884. The foundries churn out change. There's far more smoke than air. And in this giddy town, far more working heads than places to lay them down. You want your own roof, you better have pinstripes and money to spare. Fortune favours the fortunate, small change days. The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, who thinks they matter? Mr. Cooper does.
When I put my finger over the lens on this, you can see, and hold it to the light, you can see pink. Now that must mean that this is also an X-ray camera. So can I take an X-ray of my lung if I stand up against the light? Sorry, what confused me was you used the word team, and it's not really a team. There's no I in team, but there's two I's in Ian. Make of that what you will. There's a lad that does the faders and things. There was one lad and he left, and then there's another lad, and he kind of just goes to the ads and go to the ads, and he goes to the ads. So irrelevant. There is my producer, Katherine Boyle, and it's more just, like you get like Sir George Martin or Sir Bradley Wiggins. They're not. They're sirs in name, but they're not knights. Bradley Wiggins doesn't do the Tour de France in armour with a big jousting stick, does he? Although that's an idea for a sport. He doesn't do that, and so they're not really kind of knights of the realm. Although they're good, and so Katherine is like Bradley Wiggins in a suit of armour with a jousting stick. Doesn't really do anything.
Iain is. Don't get me wrong. Iain is a great talent, and people seem to like him. But I think we saw what can happen when Iain does it his way. And the good thing about, if anything good was to come out of what happened with the BBC, was that he realised that maybe his way isn't the best way all the time. And
I hadn't seen this, but I hadn't watched the bits with you before, and I didn't realise you were so rude about it.
I'm up there with some of the great improvisational comics.
You'd say rude, but
that is disrespectful.
Cool. I'm talking the fastest.
I had not seen your bits.
I
didn't even know you were in it.
I'm like Richard Vranch, but without a piano, because I can play the piano. But
hey, what's the date today?
9th.
What I'm trying to say is I don't really do
3 years ago to the
preparation.
Day. It was like the 11th
and the boss is in.
Socks.
I'll be like, I'm looking through the papers. I'm looking through the newspapers. There's a story here. But the show comes from here. And it comes
I heard what you said about me. Bradley Wiggins.
He's won the bloody French bikes. Tour d'Esprit.
What?
He won the Tour d'Esprit. I just think you should be a little bit more respectful to your elders.
That was me being respectful.
Well, then you're a shit.
Turns out.
You're a shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I want to do this poxy show with you tonight. I don't like working with shits. Yeah, but I'll do it because I'm a professional.
Well. Okay. Bradley Wiggins, eh?
Two lost lambs, hold hands, find a man, not a man, understand he's the daddy son of Sam, man, hey, they found the Lord of Pain. Dark words overheard, nipple twist, rug burn, demon bird, doom heard, me and Stevie Gutenberg, liar, in the lake of fire. Satan, can you hear us? We are on our way. I'd just like to give our praise today. That's the acolyte way.
Here we go. Patty Cam. Patty Cam.
Hey, Patty Bum Bum, sweet sugar dumpling.
She's not so sweet. She's just let another one rip.
Oh God, terrible.
This is a fart machine. This is a human fart machine in cat form. Disgusting animal.
That's why she won't grow.
She's expelling too much brown air. It's happening live.
Could you aim her in the opposite direction?
No. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is, my hair is, this is the stuff. It is... I don't know. I did have a poo today, but it wasn't great. This is it. This is Friday. We're both tired.
Yeah.
We're both tired.
But, we'll pull it together for you.
I'm Lucas says, Kath's top is wicked.
Thanks.
Let me just...
It's a unisex one, I'm Lucas, so I don't know whether you're... it's none of my business. But you can get it... Run and Fly, this one's called.
Big up to Jeff Popazy, who made that film. If you want to go and see the full thing, it is there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Do it.
Guys, yes, John Lennon assaulted Cynthia Lennon. We know that. But, I mean, as I said yesterday, all of your heroes are flawed. All of your heroes have done terrible, terrible things, right? And he wrote some great songs. And also, while I certainly do not condone violence towards partners of either gender, he learned that was bad and tried to change from that. So if we're going to hold a man to a behavior in his past, then what is the point of growth? If we're saying a man or a woman cannot grow and cannot evolve and cannot learn from their mistakes. I've done some terrible things in my life. I never assaulted a partner. No, not physically, mentally. Mentally, I treated Tessa terribly when I was using. I certainly was it was terrible in the throes of my addiction. But we're learning. This is a journey, man. This is a heavy start to the show. I have to be careful. It turns out my eldest watches the start of the show sometimes.
Does he?
Yeah. So I'm not saying shit or bugger. We watched a bit of Hard Day's Night. You'd never seen it before.
No, I don't think I had.
It's good, isn't it?
Certainly not
Silly.
as a grown-up.
Yeah.
I didn't get all the... I mean, there's some very cheeky references in them.
I didn't get the sniffing of the Coke bottle. He basically does this while they're talking. I didn't get that.
I don't think the people filming it got it either.
It is... it's good. It was fast tonight. I was expecting... I'd always put off watching Hard Day's Night because I thought it was going to be really slow. And it was faster than I thought. Faster than I thought.
Yeah.
Sir. Faster than I thought, sir. I prefer Help, to be honest. I remember showing Help. Here we go. I remember showing my first girlfriend, Kerry, came round. Her dad would drive her and drop her off at my house. I remember showing Help. First time she came round, showing her Help. And the first snog of that movie was when they're out in the on the moors recording "I Need You, I Need," which is not a great song. It's not a great scene, and we had our first snog. And I had a thing or two about you.
Wow.
Can you hear Katherine or not? Katherine, say something.
Yeah, me.
Right.
Is it because I've got a loud top on?
Oh, can't see her. She's camouflaged.
Yeah.
I see. You nearly got time out there.
Little fashion joke there. Very little.
So, inappropriate films that you have... Here we go. This is a phone-in. This is great. Let's open the phone lines, and we're not going to go anywhere until we get a call on this. Inappropriate films or events, because we open stuff up. Inappropriate films or events that you took a prospective partner to. I showed Kerry Help, which is, it was very much a film that I was watching. So 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. You did fly too close to the sun with that, Mark. You're too clever for me. And if you're too clever for me, you get timed out. 0203 286 6370. Skype TLNA. Inappropriate movie that you took someone to. Let's get the phones.
I got taken on a date to see Schindler's List.
Jeez, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
By hair flick. I mean, the kind of person that's going to make horny is not the kind of person...
No.
Although, I'm going to say this, right? And this will get us in trouble, right? The Nazis on Allo Allo, Helga...
Yeah.
Sexy.
Okay. 1, don't think she's a real Nazi. 2, don't think they really dress like that. 3, think that was the idea.
Well, let me just say, right? If she wasn't a real Nazi, then she was a very, very good actress. You know what I mean by that?
No.
Someone took someone to see a date, I guess. Performance with James Fox and Mick Jagger. That is a hard film. I've worked with James Fox. He didn't work again for years after Performance because he went mad. Drove him mad. I think he took acid. Drove him mad. Here's the thing about Performance. Let me tell you a little thing about Performance. It's bloody awful. It's bloody awful. You can hear my children. They're playing season 2 of Fall Guys.
It sounds good.
It does sound good. Performance is an atrocious movie. Schindler's List.
Yeah. I got told off by the man in front for kicking the back of his chair, but
how old were you?
No, I wasn't that old, but it was a long film and I kept sort of shifting in my seat. And he told me off.
Well, why were you kicking his seat?
I didn't think I was. I was crossing and uncrossing my legs, and maybe I was catching his seat.
I'm surprised because you've got tiny legs.
I know,
You can't even. She's not even, and this is not a joke. She's not touching the floor right now with her feet, and that's not even a joke.
I am just about.
Linda, you're so close. You're so close to a timeout. Linda says Performance is a fantastic movie. Ian, you're a Philistine. No. Matty says now Catherine's married to him. It's not your husband, is it?
No.
Never seen Schindler's List.
Well, it's a powerful, impactful film. I was very moved by it, but
did you put out afterwards?
No, I don't.
Did you get the snogs in? Did you?
There was no snogging in the cinema. It was too expensive.
What, you charged?
No, the seats, and it was a long film, and you had to pay attention. No, it wasn't. It was a passion killer.
I remember back in the 80s when they brought in the love seats, which is like the back 2 rows with 2 seats together for snogging. Has anyone ever, let's just get straight in there. That's fine, I have work to do. Do time me out. Well, I'm not going to time you out.
That'll serve you.
I'm not going to time you out. Now we're playing the mind games. Have you seen The Jerk? A bit racist. First of all, that is Katherine Boyle. Do not call her a jerk. And I know she's a racist, but you can't judge a book by its cover. Although that's exactly what racists do. We're
all trying to be better, some of us.
There are some films I'm never going to see. Schindler's List is probably one of them. I mean, is it good? Is it?
It's worth seeing. You know what it's about. It's worth seeing. It's upsetting. It's what it's supposed to do.
I tell you a film I want to see, and we're going to watch a trailer for it now. Hang on a minute, we're going to go here. I left the heating on its hat.
When you told me about this film, I thought you were joking.
So this is Fat Man trailer. Here we go. So this is what I want to see.
All you need to launch a culinary empire.
From what I've heard, it's a film where a kid hires a hitman to kill Father Christmas, who's played by who's the anti-Semite?
Mel Gibson.
Mm-hmm. Gibson.
Tools you claim everyone has.
So let's check this out. And then, by the way, I want to talk about a film called is it like a film called An Elephant Sitting or something? It's 4 hours long. It's Chinese. It's the China film. I want to talk about the China film. There we go.
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've lost my influence. Maybe it's time I retired the coat.
Why is he doing Rocky voice? He's doing Stallone voice. Where will they be showing Fat Man? Cinemas are closing. Well, yeah, some cinemas are closing. What is wrong with you lot? Some cinemas are closing. Other cinemas are staying open. And what did they do when all the cinemas were closed and there's some films came out? They streamed them.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
You still have it.
Some kids with a deer rifle put 2 holes in the sleigh, one in me. All I have is a loathing for a world that's forgotten.
Papa Morph says independent cinemas are booming. Could you please show me the evidence of that? Could you please show me the evidence of that?
You
United States military would like to procure your services.
This is a one-time deal, gentlemen. How are you, Mike? Nicole and the kids are well, I hope.
This actually looks all right.
Yeah, but
it's got an anti-Semite in
but
it.
he's a knobhead, and I don't really want to fund his lifestyle.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Where are you?
You just messed up big time!
You just messed up big time, fat man. Oh, Goggins! It's Goggins! Oh, I'm in. It's Goggins from Righteous Gemstone, Gems and all of the things that I like. Oh, Goggins is in it.
What's the job?
I'd like you to kill Santa Claus.
Suddenly, if Goggins is in it, I'm in.
I'm looking for the fat man. You can't be serious.
This is what people actually think of me. Christmas is a farce. I am a joke.
What's the purpose of your visit?
Hunting. I'm gonna kill some things.
He's such a good actor. Oh, hang on, sorry.
This is what people actually think of me.
Oh.
Christmas is a farce. I am a joke.
What's the purpose of your visit?
Hunting. I'm gonna kill some things.
There is a rising number of our youth making poor decisions.
Want the big man's head.
Severed heads rot, they mold.
Then I want his beard.
I'm not shaving off a dead man's beard.
Your workers sure have healthy appetites.
That's why elves live much longer than humans.
And Chris, he does the same?
No, it's a giving that keeps him young.
I've come for your head, fat man!
I do feel we're seeing pretty much
seen
the whole
film.
movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think we're seeing the whole thing. All right, hang on a minute. We're going to click on this Guardian article. UK independent cinemas boom. All right. Let's have a look. Smaller venues are picking up audience. Multiplexes may be closing their doors or reducing hours. It's not all doom and gloom in the world of cinema. Box offices at many independent cinemas are reporting solid audience numbers, with some selling out screenings. Okay.
Oh, we went to that one in Manchester, didn't we? Home?
Yeah, it's nice. It's good, that cinema. Not all Here we go. And this, Papa Morph, is where I knew you would come a crops, because you hadn't read the whole article. Who is it? Hang on a minute. Independent cinemas are booming. But it could also be said that some independent cinemas are not booming. Not all independent cinemas are thriving, of course. WTW, a beloved family-run business that has cinemas in Newquay, Truro, St Austell and Wadebridge, issued an emotional plea this week for people to take a chance on the sort of art house film they might normally see, or pop in for a coffee or a popcorn. Its director, and I'm not getting pleasure out of. I'm getting pleasure out of this. I'm not getting pleasure out of Mark Williams' suffering. I'm getting pleasure out of Papa Morph's spanking. Its director, Mark Williams, said there have been plenty of sleepless nights and many tears shed. It's not just cinemas that are affected. COVID could force the Commodore, run by Mark Davis, this is in Wales, to shut. Oh, bidoo. I accept your apology.
But also,
your apology.
That one in Manchester's going to struggle, isn't it? Because aren't they just locked vast swathes of that area down?
I accept your apology. Your apology. Up your bum. It's going to be some show tonight, guys. This is going to be some show. Do you want to take this call?
Yeah.
Go on.
I don't know. I don't think they're going to pick up.
Papa Morph formally apologises. Yes, the article is basically swings and roundabouts.
Voicemail service for 077.
Goodbye. We got sent. We got sent a package. Sorry, Pat. Do you want to read that?
To Ian and Kath.
That's us.
Okay. Just wanted to say a massive thanks for all the support and inspiration you've given us.
Oh, Patty, Jesus.
Flipping
what?
it.
What is wrong?
No, hang on.
She's dropped her guts. Hello, caller. Turn your Twitch stream off, please, caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, could you turn your Twitch stream off, please?
I can't believe I made such an amateur mistake.
I can believe this. Who is this, please?
It's Kerry.
Hey, Kerry.
In the chat.
Oh, hello, Kerry. You sounded like Lino for a second. That's why I was a little bit defensive.
Oh, is that what Lino sounds like?
Yeah, like a...
I imagine him more.
Yeah, Lino... Yeah, well, okay. Kerry. Hello, Kerry. Right, we gotcha. Gotcha.
You might remember me from a few years ago. You sent me an Imani Coppola CD.
Okay, yes. Imani's on the show next week. Next week, I think, yeah. She's on the show next week. She's got a new single out, and then she's just filmed something. I think it's for the Grammys. I'm not sure. She's filmed it for some big thing over in America, a performance with Cyndi Lauper. She's part of Cyndi Lauper's backing band. She's not singing. She's part of Cyndi Lauper's backing band, and she's playing the
fiddle.
The old fiddle. She's having a fiddle.
You know, Cyndi Lauper should be in Imani Coppola's backing band.
I agree. I agree. But I'm glad that she's... Here's the thing. I'm glad... I don't know if it was filmed in front of an audience, but it was filmed as, I believe, I've not seen it, as a live performance. Here's the thing. I'm glad Imani is edging back into possibly doing live performances. Even if it's in someone else's band, that's great. Because I'm hoping it will spark something.
Yeah, she kind of went off it, didn't she?
She went off it. I love Imani so much.
She's a real talent and a proper legend.
Oh, she's a legend of a cowgirl. Love it. Anyway, yes, Kerry, what can we do for thee?
I'm talking about the inappropriate date films.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
All right. I went on a very first date with a young lady to see the film Kids.
Oh.
Have you seen Kids?
No, I've heard about it, though.
Really controversial.
It's quite gritty,
and was
isn't it?
slammed at the time. I bought it on DVD, and I watched it quite a while after. It's a brilliant film.
Yeah.
Is that the one where there's someone... Is that the one where there's someone... There's someone with no... Is it that film where there's someone with no legs on a skateboard? Have I remembered that correctly?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you're right. That is not a date. That is not going to encourage someone to put out.
Is that what it's about? I thought it was
Yes.
about going and, having some mental stimulation, maybe a nice chat about it afterwards.
Stimulation.
Okay.
Potentially could come.
Silly me.
Katie is still not listened to the CD Ian gave me of Imani Coppola.
Well, good to know. Thanks very much for filling us in.
I'm going to time you out so you
With
can go
that.
and listen to it. Thank you very much indeed. There we go. How rude.
Yeah.
Why would you tell me that? Yeah, I think she's got a new one coming out. She's the best. Wow. And how did it go? Did you go on a date with that person again after seeing Kids?
Yeah, but only one after that.
Okay. Honestly, Ian, I just hate your hair. But it's okay. You don't have to look at it. You absolutely don't have to look at it. It's fine. It's fine. I wouldn't mind seeing Kids again. It was one of those films that was very controversial.
Yeah.
And kind of a lot of ban this sick filth kind of vibes about it.
But do you think we've seen worse since then? Maybe now it'll look quite softcore.
I think it was probably still quite gritty.
All right.
No, I do too.
Yeah, I think it'd probably still be quite gritty.
It could be remade now into 6 parts and sold to Netflix, couldn't it?
Exactly. Kerry, thank you very much for that. 0203 286 6370. Just a quick reminder, if you are a Tier 3, tomorrow at 11, we are having a Tier 3 production meeting.
Yeah.
And you should have had a whisper. Check your whispers and you should have a link for the meeting. What we got?
First on ban request.
Oh, by the way, well, are we gonna do this properly?
I've only got one.
Should
we wait?
No. We kind of... Catherine had an idea.
Oh.
She's not going to tell us because she's walking away. All right. I'll play an advert while we're waiting. Catherine's had an idea. And it ain't a bad one, actually. It ain't a bad one. She has good ideas, this kid. Oh, we missed Kerry. Let me get Kerry. Sorry, Kerry. No, we spoke to Kerry. It's a withheld number. Don't worry, guys. We'll be with you in a second.
Worth it.
If someone wants to do us a jingle for the unbound section, then please do.
Bear in mind, you want it proper.
We want a good one. Not someone just going, I'm banned, I'm banned, I'm banned, I'm banned, I'm banned.
Ready? Yeah.
This doesn't work.
Let's do this properly, shall we? And what I was thinking was that maybe we hold on to all the unbanned requests until a Friday, and then
we make
pass,
it a Friday unbanned.
We pass judgment. What do you reckon?
Well, but the thing with that is that the person who sent the unbanned request may not be there.
Don't care. They're probably getting banned anyway.
Okay, all right. So
it's not for their benefit, is it? It's for our benefit of the group.
Unbanned request, Catherine, please. Judge Boyle.
Yep, notorious KEB.
Why does my... There we go, it works now. Let's, I tell you what we can do. Hang on a minute. Let's just make this a little bit more... We don't have to be so close.
The colour's a little bit askew.
There we go. There we go. All right, we got that. Okay. Right. Read out the first one, please. Judge Boyle.
Oh, this is a cut and dry case, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
From Dr. Steve.
Mad of medicine.
Okay. The auto mod brought this to my attention. He was held.
Hang on a second. Who's saying it's quiet? Is it quiet when we zoom in? Is it quiet? Right, that's the same volume there. That's the same volume there. It's not quiet when we zoom in, is it? Is it?
Is it?
Don't just answer yes or no. It isn't
quiet.
quiet. Time out, Jalford, please. Time out, Jalford.
Right.
Thank you.
So this was brought to my attention because a message was held by the auto mod.
Yep.
And it was denied by Matty Stevo 93 at 9:17. At 21:17 tonight, Dr. Steve blazed in to the chat with this attempted message. All right, C-bombs. He actually used the word. How's your Saturday night? Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
All right, C-bombs. And let's just say he didn't say C-bombs.
He said the word.
He said it.
With a capital C. With a capital C. So, his unbanned request is simply entitled, Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Well...
If you don't know why, my dear...
I'm handing this one over to Judge Boyle. Is he banned or unbanned?
It's a tricky one, this, because I know some people north of the border use the old C-bomb as a term of endearment, and I cannot tell by this gentleman's typing whether there is an accent there or not. Therefore, although, yeah, capitalising out of nowhere is completely out of order. Do we give him the benefit of the D? The B of the D? I don't think so either, do you? No. The ban will remain.
Get your unbanned request in. Right, we got sent something that I haven't opened. Catherine, read the letter, please.
I'll take this off.
No, keep it on. It works.
Finally. I mean, I've done a lot of silent judging in my time. It's time to bring it into the open.
Read the letter, please.
You will give me the the respect I deserve. We just wanted to say a massive thank you. I'll do it in that voice because I've got this on. I'm going to have to take it off.
Okay. The B of the D for saying the C.
Yes. N. No B of the D for saying the C, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first one. The court is now not in session. Right. We just wanted to say a massive thank you for all the support and inspiration you've given us the last few months while launching the Bedtime Babylon.
Hey, this is a great radio show. I think they've kind of changed it now. That I listened to when I lost my job on radio, and I called in, and it's two very talented young people who I've got my eye on.
Iain, your call to us that night back in July, God, has it been that long? Meant the world to us in the early stages of the show, and since then this mad journey has led us to some really cool things, such as being invited to host an episode of BBC Newsbeat about how the show has supported students through lockdown. Hang on a minute. And completing our dissertations on radio being a friend in the lonely hours. You were right when you told us that the late night slot is the most fun, and in the game,
radio's dead.
We have learnt so much from watching you both. Sending love, Hayden and Kai.
Gaming Ducks, that's a ban, I'm afraid. That's not a timeout, that's a ban. Thank you, Matty. Right, who is it?
That's from Hayden and Kai.
Right, and they're here. Well, and they sent this. I haven't opened it. Okay, so we appear to have one each.
Oh.
Don't open it. We're going to open it together. You ready?
1, 2, 3.
3.
I can't. Oh, hello. Got the right one as well.
Hey! They've got a free plug for their radio station and show. Yes.
Thank you.
What happens if we phone this number now?
Let's phone it.
Thank you, guys. That's very, very kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can get rid of some of the crappy old mugs I've got because I've got this. We've got the lovely, not Maltesers, Mr. Men. What happens if we phone this now? Right. 01.
I'm going to put my...
1. Put it in the cup.
I'm going to. Hello, George.
It's all right. You're okay. Sorry? Some lovely
Hello,
mugs.
Thank you for calling Spark. By continuing with this call, you are consenting to being part of the Bedtime Babylon programme. For more details, please visit www.sparksunderland.com/babbleturns. You're about to be put through to our call screen.
Babbletons.
We'll be with you soon.
Follow Ian Lee on Twitch. Ian Lee.
Get out of here, you prune.
Let's go, my brains.
Sorry? Can you shut that door so the big boy doesn't get out? They're not on the radio, though.
Oh.
Well, who are we ringing? Have we been punked?
Totally punked, man.
He forgot to close the phone line.
Hello and thank you for calling Spark.
You piece of trash. Giving us a dead... I'm tempted to ban him. He's giving us a dead number. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Have we got another unban request?
Yeah. Just taking my collar off and all. I should just leave it on, shouldn't I?
I wouldn't worry about it. I think the costume's too involved and detracts too much from the excitement. It's the guy who just said that's pretty gay. You stay in band. No, you stay in band. Piece of trash. We're not doing that one. Piece of trash.
PogChamp moment. It isn't, my friend. Goodbye.
Band. Goodbye. 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 Oh, now I've got some news, Catherine.
All right, can't wait.
I've got some news.
This is exciting. What?
That I don't think you know, and I don't think you know. So,
yeah,
I did some digging today. Okay, not in the well. That's going to happen. I did a little bit of digging online, and I fell down a little rabbit hole. And it's a rumor, but I believe that changing rooms might be coming back with Davina McCall.
What? No one told me.
Yeah, no one told me. I had to find out by myself, and that's very disappointing.
You just thought Twitch might have told me.
I would have thought some of the fans of the show would have told us.
Why didn't Twitter say anything?
Nobody said a word to us. We had to find it out ourselves.
Who's on it anyway?
Davina McCall. Oh. And Lawrence.
What?
Don't know any of the other lineup yet.
Linda Barker.
I hope not. Anyway, really disappointing that none of our fans thought to tell us that on Twitter.
You can't phone us, you can't call us. There's so many different ways to get in contact. I mean...
Bastards.
Shit.
0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Thank you for those gifts, by the way. Guys, that's very kind.
Hello, who's that on the telephone, players?
Hello? Hello, 101?
That's not a pocket call, that's someone scrabbling about.
Hello? Well done, Andy. He's bought some vises for £1. We'll tell you how you can get some vises for £1 in a bit. No, they've gone. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I enjoyed that.
Basically, it was someone playing pocket billiards with those at the bottom.
We're going to watch Change Rooms in a bit. Maybe we'll do it a bit earlier tonight.
We can do it whenever we want. We're in charge.
It feels like we've brought it back from the dead. We have breathed new life into it. Here's something I'm learning to do. I am learning. I get really jealous when I see. I got a little bit jealous about the changing rooms. I thought, should we be doing that? Maybe it's Davina. I love Davina. I think she's brilliant. She's been so.
And
kind
it's Lawrence's gig.
Exactly. And then I was listening to. I fell asleep. I was really tired today, so I had a little doze. And I was feeling down, but actually I don't think I was feeling down. I think I was just tired.
Yeah.
And it was a real revelation to realise that there might be a difference. I talk about it in an upcoming edition of Man Up, Snowflake, which I recorded. That I felt down, but actually I don't think I was down. I think I was tired, so I went back to bed for a bit. And I woke up and I was listening to James O'Brien talking to Matt Ford, who I sort of used to know a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was jealous. I was jealous of both of the men for the careers that they have. And then I thought, and I get jealous quite a bit, as I see people where I perceive that perhaps I should be, not as much as I used to. But what was great, instead of hanging on to it, I was able to go, that's not me though. That's not me. That is not me. And I was able to let go of it almost instantly.
You also have no idea what comes along with what they're doing at the moment. They may not be enjoying it. They may be. But there may be uncertainties and there may have been challenges that you wouldn't have wanted.
Linny says, I tweeted you last night with the changing rooms news. No, you didn't.
Come on.
No one. We would have seen it.
Why would you?
No one told us on Twitter. No one. And that is out of order. Hey, you want a good read or a good listen? The Adam Buxton audiobook. I was in tears at the end. I was thinking, but this might be too winky wanky woo woos.
Say it anyway.
I don't know if I can say it.
My stomach.
Your stomach, not your beanhole.
What? No, there'd be glitter and rainbows everywhere if it was my beanhole.
At the end of it, with the spoiler alert, right? But it's not really a spoiler alert. But he says that he's heard. I don't care. I'm working. Freakies. It does work. It's
the dimmer.
It doesn't. My kids go to a very good school and they don't know how to work lights. Don't forget those mini rolls.
It's because they expect the butler to do that.
They are following me. They're watching me. You check your tweets, Lenny. No one tweeted us.
There's a lot of people expressing regret in the chat that they didn't tell us, and I can understand why you would feel that. You should feel very guilty about it.
At the end, he writes a letter to his dead dad, and I'm suggesting we do the same thing.
I haven't. My dad's not dead.
Dead person.
I could do that.
But would you want to do that?
I wouldn't not want to.
Hang on, let me just...
I mean, there's a difference.
Just hang on. Just say that sentence.
I wouldn't not want to.
Right. Hang on a second. Let me just sort this out.
Yeah.
Right. So you just said.
Want is a strong word, but I wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
Not.
Emphasis
on the not.
Want to.
Yeah.
So we've got a not, and we've got a not. That's a not there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's not.
Two negatives equals a positive.
So we take the nots out. I would want to.
Well, want is a strong word. I wouldn't mind. Frankly, I'm not asked either way.
Well, then did you go to a good school, Iain? Because my handwriting is awful. So I'm really embarrassed. Yo, LGBTQ+, the premium version. Explain what that means, Adam. Because I've got no idea. Yo, LGBTQ+, the premium version. You can get premium gays.
Gosh.
Premium bis. Premium lesbians.
Is it because I've got a rainbow jumper on?
Could be.
I'm going to blow your mind. I'm wearing Pride trainers as well. Actual Pride trainers.
Here you go. You sit. You see?
Goodbye. Do you remember when you did that to me at work and I fell off my chair? I hurt myself.
I do actually. That's funny. Well, if you're not that bothered, then don't do it.
I think it'd be an interesting exercise. I don't have any great regrets about anyone who's gone yet. I'm sure I will in the future.
No, but it's not. But the letter isn't about regrets.
Uh-huh.
It's just what would you want to say to that person?
Okay. I could do that.
But apparently nothing. Apparently you don't miss anybody.
I
That's
pretty much say what I mean to say before they go.
Jeez, Louise.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, what?
Novel, I know.
Not knobhead. More like. Unlike this guy, Tom.
Hey guys.
Whoa! It's loud. It's coming in hot.
I'm not getting Tom at all. You've unplugged me.
I'm not. That's right, Tom. It's not your fault, mate. You're coming in hot. That's my penis.
It's because you yeeted me.
Hang
on.
Yes, Tom. What are you doing? Hang on, Tom. Catherine's.
I'm trying to listen.
Hello,
I'm
Tom.
present.
Do what you got to do. I was calling in not because of the previous topic you had, but because I saw that Katherine is now a judge. I wondered if you could judge something that happened in my life and tell me whether I was the bad guy or not.
Either wear it or don't wear it. We're not having 30 seconds every time where you
You're not
put.
in charge of me.
Yep, well, but I am in charge of keeping the show moving.
Carry on talking then. And stop
No, I won't.
Stop berating me.
I'm not being racing you.
You would be rating me, and I won't have it. Not in my courtroom.
You're not putting the whole.
Proceed.
I think it looks very smart, Tom. Over to you.
I thought I had sound issues. Good. So when I was about 6, I know I was in primary school. That's all
Right.
I know. I was riding my bicycle on the way to school, and I thought it would be funny as a 6-year-old would to pretend I was blind whilst riding my bike.
Right.
So I closed my eyes whilst I was riding my bike, and I crashed into a car, and I took its windscreen mirror.
Oh.
As a 6-year-old,
You took its what? You took its what? Sorry.
Oh, I took wind mirror.
Wing mirror.
Yes,
You said wings. Yeah, I
wing
just
mirror.
want to get the facts
Yeah,
right
right.
here, Tom. She's the judge. I'm the
Sorry.
detective.
I understood what he was saying. Could you
I
not
was gonna say, yeah.
Could you not badger the witness?
I just like to get the facts straight, lady.
Oh no, that's the prosecutor. I'll be my own defence. That always works.
Proceed.
So yeah, basically, I smashed into this windscreen. Even though I was a 6-year-old, it's a small bike. I was riding without stabilisers at that point, so I did fall off.
Tough guy.
But I got back on the bike. The car was parked outside, on the road, but there was definitely, I could tell it was the house that it was. But I rode off into the
Right.
sunset, and I felt guilty ever since. I partly put it down to being a silly kid. But
Yes.
Also,
I could see that you would do that. I have also done ridiculous things as a child. Never
Kill
with
him!
Quite those kind of serious repercussions, it has to be said. How do you feel about this?
Robert De Niro. I think you should kill the piece of trash. Execute him.
I think that's a little harsh, perhaps.
Execute him. Take him back in time to a 6-year-old and execute him.
I feel that you are already giving yourself your own punishment. How old are you now, sir?
29 years old.
29. So you've carried this around for 22 years.
Could be argued. Remember when we got the floods because of? Do
23.
you remember when we got the floods because of gay marriage?
Yes.
That was a thing.
aware of
But a UKIP member came out and said the floods are here because of gay marriage.
Because God is cross.
And I'm wondering, Tom, if COVID is here because of the awful thing you did 23 years ago this very day.
I thought it might have been Donald Trump being elected, but I'm willing to accept COVID, to be honest. I could always go knock on the house where it is now and hope that the people still live there. And to be fair, I haven't carried it for 22 years. I've carried it for about 5 years because for a long time I forgot about it.
You blacked it out.
Here's something. How close is that house to you now?
Ooh, quite. Yeah, I'm in Essex. It's also in Essex. So yeah, somewhat close. About a half-hour drive.
Stay there. I've put forward my suggestions to the court.
Yes. Now, Mr. Lee has a reputation amongst my colleagues for his unorthodox methods, which sometimes just work. How open would you be to a little restorative justice, Tom?
As in what?
As in, we're imagining a wing mirror those days might have set you back around £40.
Fair.
How about if you were to put £40 in an envelope and post it through the letterbox of that house tomorrow?
I could do that.
With a little explanatory note.
Yeah, because that's good. Yeah, that's yeah.
Put I would suggest. Listen, you don't have to.
Even if it's not them, it will make them smile.
Yeah, it won't be them. You never know. Maybe it will.
Yeah.
You never know, but it probably isn't. But just write a little note and say, 23 years ago, this is what I did, and I felt bad. Ham it up a bit. Say ever since. So this is my way of saying sorry. Do with this as you want. Now, if it's them, they'll probably get a chuckle out of it if they remember.
Yeah.
If it's not them, they'll be delighted that someone's put 40 quid through their door.
And they'll get a chuckle out of it as well.
They'll get a chuckle out of it. They'll either give it to charity or they'll spend 40 quid at a time when people could do with 40 quid.
Above all, what you're doing is putting a little bit of positivity back into the universe.
Yeah, fair play. Yeah. I feel good already with the idea of doing it. So yeah, I can do that. Yeah, sure.
Could you do it and talk to us?
Ring mirror.
I think
£40.
I think £40 is fair because you don't want to go crazy, and
but it also needs to be a reasonable amount.
Yeah, and you were 6. You know, you were 6. I think I think if you can afford it, I don't know if you can afford it.
Oh, I say, like I can. I mean, it would hit me definitely, but I can do that. Yeah, to feel less guilty for sure.
Yeah, and it is a way of making amends. It's an amends.
You will have a brilliant story.
True. Yeah, true.
You'll have a brilliant story.
Let us know if you do it, Tom, and let us know if
it's completely up to you. But that would be our suggestion. I think that's a great suggestion by council here to my right.
Tomorrow, I'll send an email with either a video or a picture of me posting it through. And then running away again.
Yeah, don't show us any identifying locations, but yes, thank you.
How about instead you give us a ring on Monday?
Sure. Yeah.
I want a blow-by-blow account.
Tom, you're a good man. Thank you very much.
I'm going to adjourn judgment on that one.
I think please don't keep taking it on and off. I think he was just hoping we'd say you're forgiven, like Simon Mayo, but this isn't Simon Mayo's confessions.
No, we're going to give you practical steps.
We're going to tell you exactly what to do. I think that's a good way of making amends.
And actually, I think that this is how we can set my court apart from all others, in that we give solutions.
Oh, I threw the pizza away.
I should think you did.
Yeah, you should think like Billy O I did. You should think like Billy O. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. Raimi says, my parents have lived in their current home for 36 years. It's very possible.
So have my parents.
Very, very possible. Very possible. Catherine.
Hello, Bagsy.
Hi, Catherine. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. What brings you to our door tonight? Not that I'm moaning about it.
I've just been, I've not watched many of the live shows. That's my bad. But I've been listening to all podcasts as usual. And I just wanted to send Iain some love for coming out and having his little relapse recently, and just saying that I'm proud of him for A, telling people, B, dealing with it, and C, moving forward the way that he's going to do. And just, man, he's just, you know.
Hey, thank you, man.
It's the way you should deal with it.
It is, and I didn't want to. Well, first of all, I didn't want to tell Catherine, but then I did, and then I thought I don't really want to say it in public. But otherwise, what's the point? So I had to, and I'm glad I did. It was totally the right thing to do. And today I'm feeling great, and I got the kids today. Tomorrow night, I'm either going to have an early night or I might do a Lost, and then Sunday night I've got my friend coming to stay. So this weekend is A-OK. But thank you, man. I appreciate that, Bagsy.
Since you did that, I actually told another 2 people in my life that didn't know that I suffer with anxiety. So even in your worst moments currently, you are still inspiring others to reach out and do the right thing for them at that moment in time.
Man.
So, thank you. You inspire. You don't get me wrong. I'm not kissing your backside. You're not perfect, but you do wonderful things, both of you, and it's brilliant because you do allow others to think, "I've got this. I can deal with this. I'm going to reach out and tell people that this is what I'm dealing with. But man, you've got this.
And you've got this, Bagsy. You're a good man, and that call is very, very kind and means a lot more than you will know. So thank you, mate, and you stay safe and have a good, healthy weekend.
You too, sir. And I believe you're going to the Harvester on Sunday, hopefully, with your table booked and all that sort of stuff. Just enjoy it, man.
Thank you very much indeed. Up your bum. I'm not going to the Harvester.
Who said that?
I'm not going to a Harvester. I'm going out for lunch tomorrow with the boys. This dickhead though. Can you just move ever so slightly over?
He loves ripping up boxes, doesn't he?
'Cause I can't. Oh, I need to do this camera. He does. He loves. Here we go. Move. Look at him. George, what are you doing, mate?
Destroyer. The Destroyer.
George, come on, buddy. Don't be a dick all your life. Yeah, that's it. How can he have fleas? I've defleed him twice. George.
Back to the ripping.
Actual scenes. Here, you take this call. I do this.
Hello, you're through to the Late Night Alternative. Who's that?
Oh, it's Kia. I tried to phone earlier, but the reception was really bad.
Oh, dear.
This is the pocket dial.
Ah, that was you. How are you doing?
On the 101. On the 101.
We got you.
Hello, 101. What can we do for you?
Well, I was just wanted to echo your caller just before me, actually, just to say, you know, you do encourage people to kind of reach out and say about their anxiety, about their mental health problems and stuff. And so through lockdown, you know, obviously when you're on Talk Radio, which I don't listen to anymore, and now you've really helped me through lockdown. So I was really isolated, but you've really kept me going. So thank you.
Hey, thank you very much. It's very muffled. Are you actually speaking into your phone, or have you've not wrapped your phone into a sock, have you?
No, I'm actually speaking into my phone, but the reception where I live on like a new build estate, and the reception is really
But
bad.
the reception won't make it muffled. Are you on like a headset or something, a Bluetooth?
No, not at all. No.
Is your phone made of water or something?
Wood.
Wood.
You both sound really muffled now, but when I'm watching you on Twitch, you sound fine.
Well,
and you look fine as well, I've got to say.
Thank you.
Very
Kath's
good.
looking hot. Kath's looking hot, right? And I'm looking decent for a guy nearly 50. And Kath, who's a bit older than me, is looking hot, right?
I am not older than you.
Honestly, you're both beautiful. You've helped me so much because I have PTSD and I don't want to go into a big job story and everything. But lockdown's been really hard for me. I literally, I'm not going to see anybody for another 6 days until my partner comes back.
Oh, man.
He's working away. And, But just having the programme on Twitch and seeing your faces as well and your callers, it's helped me so much.
Ah, that's good to know.
Thank you. That's
Thank
very
you.
Good. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. If you're able to wear a mask. I know that PTSD is one of the things that's on the list of if you don't have to wear a mask. If you can do.
No, but I've got a sparkly mask. I'm fashion and
Well, in 50 years' time, there'll be like museums and art displays of all the masks from the great 2020 COVID thing. Of course there will be. It's exactly what they'll do. It'll be great. Thank you so much. 6 days, you can do it. I can do it,
and I've not had a drink for 4 days, which is the first time in the whole lockdown.
Yeah, it's easily done, isn't it? It's easily done.
You're getting the thumbs up here.
I'm just keeping busy, and I just wanted to phone up to say thank you. And thank you to the other people who kind of go on chat and to phone us as well.
Buy a new phone is my suggestion to you. But apart from that, stay safe, have a lovely weekend, and we'll speak again soon. Thank you for your lovely call.
Okay.
Bye,
Take care.
Kia.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Did you say we don't need a mask if we have PTSD? I think it's... no, I didn't say that, Amy. What I said was, I believe it's on the government list of...
Exemptions.
Of conditions where potentially you are not required to wear a mask. So you can get your emoji and you can shove it up your ass.
So, there's a term for that now, and I don't particularly, but some people do it, and when it's done to you, you know about it. It's called concern trolling.
All right, what does that mean?
They go, do you really think you should be doing that?
Oh, yeah, I love that.
When really what they want to say is, I know better about this, and you shouldn't be doing that.
So I don't know, Amy. Maybe here's the problem, and this is one of the problems with the chat as opposed to a phone call.
Yeah.
Is that the chat comments, as do tweets and texts, which is the plural for text.
Texas, yeah.
Sometimes can come across necessarily aggressive. Amy says, I get psychosomatic pseudo seizures. I could probably work out what that means. I don't know what a pseudo seizure would be. But yeah, that's on the list of here's the thing. If you have any condition where wearing a mask is more than uncomfortable, but is potentially unhealthy for you, you don't have to wear. I mean, you don't actually have to wear a mask. I don't think it's the law, but yes, that is on the list where you can say, yeah. If you are challenged, I have a condition that means I don't need to wear a mask.
You can get downloadable exemption cards as well if you're worried about being confronted about it.
Also, shops don't have to admit you if you're not wearing a mask. No. And while a lot of the bigger shops seem to be okay with it, some of them aren't. And I think that maybe some of the smaller shops aren't with it. And I appreciate that. And while that may seem unfair or disableist or targeting, I actually think that's okay at the moment. If a shop says, I'm really sorry, even though you have a condition, I don't want to let you into my shop. I think that's okay. That's okay.
Well, yeah, because I suppose the first priority of the shop is to protect its staff and its customers, right?
Well, if it's a shop that's selling long sticks, then yeah, it needs to protect its staff. That's a good one. Jill Lucy, call her back.
Pick up your phone.
Call. Hey, RJ Ethel, thank you for the 1,000 bits.
Appreciated.
That's appreciated. That's appreciated, man. I really gotta say, I appreciate that. I'm appreciative of what you've done there.
Oh yeah.
Calling John Dredge. He
picks up.
He picks up anytime he can. This guy's one of life's losers.
Mr. Dredge. Mr. Dredge.
Hello.
Vix says, I can't imagine there are many shops refusing people exempt from masks. I didn't say there were many.
But they are allowed.
But they are allowed, and it is happening, and I respect what must be a very difficult decision to turn away business when business ain't great. Hello, Dredge.
Hi, I'm not sure why I can't see you. I'm sure there's a reason.
Well, we can't see you.
Oh gosh.
The reason is
How
you've
do I do
ballsed
that?
up.
Oh.
Yes.
Shall I try again? Shall I try and phone you again?
I mean...
Turn your camera on.
Yeah.
It's Friday, everyone. We're a bit loosey-goosey with the rules of talking.
I can't remember. I was backing you up saying, I know I don't expect many will be anyway. I don't know. Might be loads. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Well, there we go. Let's try Dredge, and then we're going to talk about our brilliant sponsors. It's our last night with the Viz team.
Gosh,
tonight.
that's gone really fast, hasn't it?
In it. I hope we've sold some. I hope we sold some Vizes. Dredge!
Oh, well, I'll just go with the vocals only then.
Okay.
How are you doing today? All right.
All right. John Lennon's 80th birthday.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah, I'm not feeling too well, to be honest with you. I'm too old.
Well, you know, John, you shouldn't have died, That was
No,
my idea. It was my idea, It's my idea.
No, what I was going to say, I went to see the bootleg Beatles once. That's the nearest I'll ever get to seeing the Beatles.
There we go.
And it was a really amazing concert.
Imagine if Dredge was dressed up in full John Lennon gear.
Well, he might be. That's
68, and we couldn't see him. He'd gone to all that effort.
That would explain his dismay at the lack of camera.
We couldn't see him. Imagine, that would be hilarious.
Yeah, I got the full makeup and everything. I got the moustache and the round glasses, and it's rubbish. It's all gone rubbish. It's all gone to pot. Don't mention the pot.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah, I saw this concert. The thing that struck me about it was that the early music. It was interesting. They did the concert going from early Beatles, and then
to mid Beatles, and then late Beatles. I would imagine that would be.
That is exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
You weren't
you've seen him.
No, I was Ringo.
I'm sorry to hear that. But the thing is, that early Beatles period, when you hear the music live, it's got this.
It works better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wasn't a huge fan of the first kind of like 3-4 Beatles albums, and even A Hard Day's Night is like, okay, these are great songs, and they start to get more sophisticated. But I've seen a few. I've not seen the bootleg Beatles, but I've seen a few Beatles tribute bands, and yeah, you hear those songs from the first 3-4 albums played live, and it's like, oh, right, that's how it's meant to.
That's where the magic
sound.
is it?
And also with the albums as well, you get all the remastered, all of that stuff on CD. The first couple of Beatles albums sound great on an old crappy old record player, because that's what they were meant to be heard on a crappy old record player, But yeah, and also when I saw the Analogues, and they played a couple of Beatles songs I don't like. They played The Ballad of John and Yoko and Come Together, songs I'm not massively huge on. But live, oh, John Dredge, they were marvellous.
Yeah, I mean, in a covers band I was in, we played I Saw Her Standing There, which I thought was, that's a good song. Okay, that's all right. But just when we played it, the place went nuts. There's something about those early songs, because they were conceived in this live environment, weren't they, a lot of them? And in fact, the first album, they just played the whole thing straight through, and that was it. Done.
They were designed to whip you up into a frenzy.
Exactly. And, with all the high oohs,
yes,
which they probably ripped off from Little Richard or something like that.
Yeah.
All this contained energy.
I hate to break it to you, John, but yes, 60 years after the event, we can now officially confirm, with the researchers finally come in from the laboratory, they did rip those oohs off of Little Richard. Paul, if you see Paul McCartney, he is wanted, preferably alive, but we'll take him any way we can.
There's something else I want to ask, if I may. What did you learn from the Viktor Frankl book?
Oh, there we go.
Well, it's existentialism. And what did I learn? I learnt that even people who were dehumanized and were turned into numbers and faced death every single day, that even a significant number of people, I'm talking about people in German prisoner of war camps, even people in that situation, some of them were able to find a reason to live.
And what was that?
Different for every person at every minute of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Finding out what your why is, what is your why, the line we used to laugh about, but it turns out it's Nietzschean existentialism. The meaning of life is different for everybody, and it changes. It can be different times of the day, different weeks. It can be completely different.
It needn't be the same thing consistently. It might just be the thing that gets you through the next month or two.
My why at the moment is encouraging that stray cat next door to come out and eat while I'm sat in the same room as him. Hasn't happened yet for more than a couple of seconds. That's my purpose. There are other whys. I've got the boys. I've got to keep the boys safe for the next 20 hours. But that's kind of my focus for the immediate future. That to me is the main thing that matters. And and I know you struggled with that line about pretend this is the second time that you've lived and you don't want to make this, you're about to make the same mistakes you made the first time around. But sit with it for a bit, because I find that incredible.
Yeah, I just didn't quite understand the meaning of it. What was it again? It was to live your life as if you lived it already.
Right. Okay, let me do it right. So, the first one is, who is Tommy Steele? The second one is, get me Tommy Steele. The third one is, I want someone like... I've missed one out. The first one is, who is Tommy Steele? I can't remember the second one. The third one is, get me Tommy Steele. The fourth one is, get me someone like Tommy Steele. The fifth one is, who's Tommy Steele? Hope that helps, John.
Well, I don't get that at all, that last bit.
Okay.
It's
the first one is... Let me see if I can find Tommy Steele talking about it. Hang on a second.
What's Tommy Steele got to do with it?
What has Tommy Steele not got to do with it?
It's about...
What's Tommy Steele not got to do with it?
Get me Tommy Steele, right?
Why are we talking about Tommy Steele?
Well, that's another one. That's the sixth one.
Has he got a new show coming out? He's not coming on, is he?
We wish.
Oh,
I think we did approach him once, didn't we?
Yeah, and he told us to F off.
But it was in the past.
Right, Right, hang on a minute.
We approached
What is
Katie Puckrick in a record shop and it worked a treat.
5 Rules of Fame by, I think it was Tommy Steele. Here we go. I can't help you. The first one is, let me get this right. First one is, who is Tommy Steele, right? Okay. The second one is, I can't remember what the second one is. There are 5. The third, this is the Rules of Fame.
So now we've got some context.
Yes.
The first one is, who is Tommy Steele? This is the trajectory of show business, right?
Brilliant. Okay.
Who is Tommy Steele? Can't remember the second one, right? The third one is, get me Tommy Steele. The first one is, who is Tommy Steele? The second one is, No. The first one is, who is Tommy Steele? The second one is, this is Tommy Steele. The third one is, get me Tommy Steele. The fourth one is, get me someone like Tommy Steele. The fifth one is, who is Tommy Steele? And that is the show business.
Okay, got it. Right.
Career.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I really hope that helps, John.
Well, I won't be booking Tommy Steele.
Who?
Exactly.
Thank you very much indeed. That's just the way. That's just show business.
Yeah.
Dan says, I'm trying to call, but my Skype won't allow me. Well,
it will.
It will. You've messaged us.
We were
Dan
on the phone.
Sadler. We were busy.
Hello?
You rang?
Is that Mr. Lee?
Could be.
Hello, Mr. Lee. How are you?
None of your freaking business, you piece of trash.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath. How are you?
Fine, thanks, Dan. Give us the meat.
Give us the meat.
It's been a while
Give us the meat.
We spoke
Give us the meat. Did we? Remind me. I don't remember what I did yesterday.
Well, that's absolutely fine. You also sound really vague, and I think it could just be my phone. It's not you. I think it could be mine. We spoke earlier on this year when I'd first had my anxiety diagnosis, and we were talking about Brian Blessed.
I still don't remember. Don't think me
we
rude.
talk about Brian Blessed quite a lot.
Please don't think me rude.
I know, right? And I'm also the man that saw you at the 3 Minute Theatre in Manchester. And I spoke about my fiance thinking you were whatever, but you know
that happens a lot as well.
By the by, I just really, really wanted to phone, and I'm so sorry if this puts like any sort of downer on any of this at all. But when you did your thing last week, Ian, about you and I'm sorry for bringing it back up because obviously you're going through what you're going through.
Bring it back up.
When you did your sort of you relapsed.
Yes.
It really resonated with me because 2 weeks ago I tried to take my own life, and
man.
yeah, and it really resonated with me, and I was like, yeah, actually, I shouldn't be ashamed of what I've done.
No, no, not at all.
I should really, really talk about it, and I mean, I've always talked about my mental health only because of listening to you and Kath, because of how open that you both are about people's mental health. And it was only because of listening to you that I knew something wasn't quite right in my head because of how you understood people's mental health. I thought, I do tick that box, and I do tick that box, and I do tick that box. So maybe I should speak to a doctor. And this year I spoke to a doctor and said, yeah, you've got anxiety. And then I went off and I worked on a cruise ship, and then obviously COVID happened. And
best place to be with COVID on a cruise ship, isn't it?
Obviously, it's the cleanest place in the world, isn't it? Everybody washes their hands.
Oh, yeah. Dirty bastards.
But you honestly, like, I didn't know how to word it, but you honestly...
Right. Forget all that. That's great. You're going to say that what me and Katherine are doing, me showing about the relapse and stuff and talking about mental health is great, and that's helped you a lot. Brilliant. Yeah. Thank you. And I'm not demeaning No,
not at all.
Let's push that to one side, because I heard something a little bit more important than that.
Yeah.
May I ask why, if you can remember, and if you can kind of hone it down to, know, one or a handful of things, why did you try and take your own life?
Why? Because I wasn't doing a job that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see a end to what was going on.
An end, yes. So I'm correcting your grammar while he's speaking.
Sorry.
I'm correcting his grammar.
Did I say a end or
yes,
an
you
end?
did.
No, you didn't.
He said a end.
I think I said
he
an
did.
End.
Chat. Don't make me take this to the chat. You said a end. He said a end. Continue evasive and play, Daniel.
Apologies. You are normally right in the chat. I couldn't see an end to what was going on. And I just really, really wasn't happy. And obviously, COVID, we can all blame COVID. Take that aside, I wasn't doing the job I wanted to do. I couldn't see an end to where I was going.
Don't take COVID aside, because here's the thing. That COVID is kind of the heavy grey blanket that's covering everything. So all of the stuff that you're talking about is lousy. Plus, it's being pressed down by COVID.
Yeah.
So I think it's personally, I think it's important to factor in the fact that we are in a global pandemic and no one knows when it's going to end.
Yeah.
And that doesn't in any way diminish the other stuff. It just adds to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
These are not normal times. It's not a great time to be a human being.
I hate to use the word. It's unprecedented, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It
and the problem, part of the problem with this is, and this is kind of something I've kind of jumped on now, again from this Frankel book, is we have no end in sight. If they were to say, right, we got this until November the 1st, 2021, it would be lousy. But we go, all right, that's 13 months. I think we can kind of hunker down and do it. We'd lose a few people on the way from their own decisions, but we'd go November the 1st, 2021. We can do this. We don't know.
Yeah.
Could be next summer.
No,
unlikely.
don't, do we?
Could be 2 years. That's a bit more likely. We just don't know, and that I think is one of the huge problems with this.
Well, and I also think that what you were talking about earlier on about people needing a reason to carry on, even if it's just to see through the next 3 weeks or, something small. It needn't be because I'm now doing a job that is the one that will be my legacy and all that thing, right? Mm-hmm. I think the fact that all our plans have been thrown up in the air, everybody's. What is there to look forward to? You've got to just get through the day sometimes. Sometimes get through 5 minutes.
Kath. You're absolutely right. And it's funny how you said about finding something to get yourself through the day, and I'm sure you will both understand this. I'm not in the realms of yourselves, but I'm an entertainer, so at the moment I've got nothing.
No.
So I'm literally I'm self-employed as well, so again I have nothing, so I've got no support, I've got no job to go to. At the moment, I'm literally struggling. I'm clutching at straws. Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah. If it means I put up a shelf, I'll put up a shelf. That'll keep me busy.
Yeah.
Because it gives me something to do.
Yeah.
Okay, we interrupted. Sorry. So those would you suggest were the key factors in you thinking that you being dead would be a solution to those things?
Yeah, absolutely. I generally thought to the point of I'm not pushing myself to my existence. I'm not happy. And there's no point in me being here. You know, I'm a single man. So I was like, well, you're not making anyone happy. I was like, well, yeah, bam, that's me gone.
I'm going to ask a question that's going to sound really, people that have never heard us before. This is going to sound like a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not dead? Why are you here now, able to make this phone call?
Because I was scared
of
doing it.
Right.
Because it's funny. Sorry, funny's the wrong word.
It's all right.
What resonated with me is when you did your podcast and you said, I was looking at where to put the robe. I myself was doing the same thing.
What, as you were listening? As you were listening?
No.
God, that would be... Our podcasts aren't that bad, are they? Jesus.
I mean, Jeff Bezos is going to hate that sort of review. I was... weeks beforehand, I was looking at where to put the cord.
Something in it when you catch yourself doing that.
Yeah.
Something when you catch yourself doing that. But so, I just really want to. So what scared you off?
What scared me off was the pain. The pain that I would put myself through because I'm scared of pain.
Right.
But also
Good.
was I didn't want my mother to bury me.
Boom. There you go. And that's a key thing that you need to hold on to. And I know from personal experience, I know that's not always easy because my thing is my two boys who are right next door.
Yeah.
But sometimes, very briefly, my head tells me they would be better off. Now, I know relatives of people who've taken their own lives. And I know for a fact that not one of them is going. I'm so glad that they went, and life is so much easier.
They did the decent thing.
And whether that's a kid, whether that's kids or a spouse or a parent or a brother or a sister no one comes out of it. No one is better off because someone has taken their own life. And if that's the one thing that when you're in that shitty moment, it's not even shitty. I don't know about you, Dan. I found it really clear. That was the terrifying thing. It was a moment of clarity. But if the one thing is the thought of your mum, standing at the crematorium or at the graveyard, hang on to that.
Yeah, it was. It was literally like a beacon.
Hang on to that.
It was a beacon of light.
Hang on to that. As base and as gross as that may sound, if that's the one thing that just stops you taking that final step, then hang on to that, because that's great. And that is a great kind of barrier to have to prevent you from going any further. The trick is to get you to take a few more steps back away from that barrier, and then eventually get you to turn around, face the other way, and walk off into the sunset.
Yeah.
So how are you going to do that?
Well,
there's a question.
That's a really
how are you going to get better? How are you going to get better and get rid of your suicidal tendencies? There we go. In no more than 20 words, please.
I mean, the thing is, I've been working non-stop for 12 years, so I've actually just stopped now.
Good.
I'm just doing what the rest of the world is doing.
Good.
Pausing.
Are you okay financially for a little while?
Oh yeah. I'm the same as the rest of the self-employed at the moment.
Okay.
Right. Who knows?
You got enough to buy food and pay for Netflix for a few weeks, a couple of months maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fine. That's all you have to do.
And that's all I need to do. That's all I need to do.
But how are you going to stop yourself? And there's lots of people, my sister who's been through something very similar recently, and a few other people are saying they're glad that you're here for what that's worth.
That's lovely.
But how are you going to stop yourself? What you're doing is great. Taking time off from work, brilliant. And don't feel you have to fill the days. If you spend the first 3 days in bed, that's great.
Oh no, that's all I've done. That's
Great.
all I've done for about the past week. I've literally just laid in bed and
Right.
I listened to your absolute radio podcast of you, Barry from Watford.
Well, then may I suggest hang on. May I suggest, if you spent a week in bed, that's brilliant. But maybe now it is time to think, right, well, I'm going to get up for a couple of hours.
Okay.
Just going to move to the sofa and I'm going to go and watch a film on Netflix.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a cup of tea.
Oh, take your duvet.
And then I might go back to bed. Being in bed for days is great, but I think once it starts getting too long, then that starts creating its own problem. And then, maybe day 2, right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to listen to an album on Spotify, and then I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk. And then I might go back to bed. And then I'm going to get up the next day, I'm going to have a bath, and I'm going to make myself a really nice lunch. I'm going to spend time making myself a nice, simple lunch. Yeah. It's now, you've done the kind of like the physical self-care.
Yeah.
And it sounds like now you need to start living a little bit. And by living, I mean, you watch a good documentary, you watch a funny half-hour program, you make yourself a nice meal, you meditate, stuff like that is actually really simple to do. And none of those things some of those things I've suggested may not work for you. That's fine. All of those things worked for me.
Yeah.
You will find your own things.
Of course.
That will be like, it will take an hour to do, but it's a real treat. I did get into cooking, right? Going and buying the ingredients.
I love cooking.
Then tomorrow, if you can, get a nice recipe, maybe something you've never done before.
Yeah.
Go to the shops, get it, come back and cook it.
Yeah,
and that's it. And that's the day.
It's small victories. Allow yourself small victories, little moments of joy. Like Iain says, treat yourself. And it needn't be anything lavish, of course, but it's just like, you talked about your mum earlier on. If she was in this position, what would you do for her? You make her a cup of tea. You sit her on the sofa and watch Casablanca with her or something. Yeah. Allow yourself that. Nurse yourself the way that you would nurse someone else.
And in terms of, you said you spoke to your doctor ages ago. When was the last time you spoke to your doctor?
So I spoke to my doctor a couple of weeks back, and I've now got another appointment in a week and a half.
And share it with your doctor. Share what you've said to us, please.
Yeah, of course will.
I would suggest that. And have you got any friends?
Yeah, well, I was going to say loads. But holiday entertainers that work all around the world,
right?
They probably have about 5. But yes, I do have friends. Yeah.
Have you got any friends that you would feel comfortable sharing? I mean, you just said it to 600 people that don't know you. Would you feel comfortable sharing with or maybe you have sharing with a friend the fact that you?
I actually shared all of this about 5 days ago on Facebook.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because
how many people got in touch, Dan, and said, "I wish you'd done it. I wish you'd done it." How many?
None did. None.
And that's it, man. That's it. I was worried then because I thought, it is the internet, and you never know. Maybe some.
Facebook.
And that's it. And that's it.
Girlfriend might have.
Yeah, and that's it. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. I can hear it. You'll be all right.
Thanks, man.
And I mean, drugs and alcohol. Is that all right?
I don't do drugs.
You pussy.
I have done in the past.
You pussy.
We all have. Yeah, we've all done it in the past. Alcohol. Good Lord, I love a glass of wine. And at points I was self-medicating.
Yeah, that's all right. Again, I think it's all right for civilians, as I call you, muggles, as people I don't like in the fellowship call it. But I think it's all right sometimes to get pissed several days in a row. I think it's all right if it helps.
But you know
whether
you're using it
when
right.
that line has been crossed.
Absolutely. If you're looking at it, there were points last month when I was looking at a glass of wine at 10 o'clock and going, yeah, I'll smash that in. 10 o'clock in the morning, a glass of Malbec. That's not good.
But also drink, you have 3-4 days, or you have a couple of weekends where you get pissed. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. If you're having like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days in a row when you're having a couple of glasses, then that you probably want to just take a little breather.
Or you're doing it because you're sad.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing, Kath. I was
Yeah.
drinking because I was unhappy.
I've been there.
And then I was unhappy because I drank.
Yeah,
So
I've been
I've
there. And then
just
you
been
wake up the
a
next day and you
vicious
think, I didn't taste that. I feel like crap. And this is not the way I want to
Right.
live.
My suggestion, Dan, and I'm going to cut you off in a minute because that's the kind of guy I am.
absolutely fine. You cut
My
me off.
suggestion, right? When after my relapse, I went back to doing something that always worked for me, that always helped me, and I do think this is quite a good thing. I went back to writing lists the night before of what I wanted to do the next day. Except I cheated. I wrote really short lists that were easy.
Mm-hmm.
So. One of the days was the Monday this week was to do 3 things. Send thank you to the Mr. Men people for the stuff they sent us.
Yep.
Speak to my sponsor and set up an account on the college website. First and the third thing took a total of 7 minutes, but I was able to cross it off and say I've done it and I've crossed it off. And I didn't end up phoning my sponsor that day, but I allowed myself to not beat myself up.
Yeah.
So maybe just write down 3 things that you can realistically achieve tomorrow.
That's a good idea. I like that.
All right. You got this, man.
Thanks, man.
Take care. See you later.
Thank you both.
I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad
Thanks
you're
for
alive.
sticking around, Dan.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
That's it, man. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it around.
Yeah, and it's interesting, isn't it? People saying, "Yeah, but I know COVID." Yeah, it's magnifying everything. It's magnifying everything, and it's making a lot of people reassess, and also panic that they're not where they want to be, or they're not doing what they should be, or
we didn't do our
things aren't
sponsors in
going
that
their
first
way.
hour. We've got to do our sponsors. That's going to
Anyway.
sound. That sounds. We'll do it in a minute. Sorry, that sounded callous, but I'm a businessman. I'm a goddamn businessman from New York City. What do you want me to do? Pull the shutters down? If I don't do the adverts, then guys like Dan ain't got nobody to call.
Yeah.
So I got to do the goddamn business. You think I sound cold? You think I sound cold? Screw you, asswipe.
I think asswipe was a bit over the top, but other than that, I
I
echo
think it
your
was spot
sentiments.
on.
Yeah.
Spot on. Absolutely S.O.
All right. So our sponsors.
No, because I've just played some adverts.
All right.
So we've got to wait. This is some show, huh?
Yeah.
Just think, Talk Radio might be being bought by Nigel Farage.
I knew something was happening. I knew something was rumbling that I couldn't support.
Panic on the streets of Manchester. Panic on the streets of London town. Panic on the streets of everywhere. They're panicking, panicking, panicking. I don't know that song.
Well, you've made it a lot jollier.
Have I?
Yeah, Deacon Dog, really, the real Tommy Boyd. Yeah, I've got his phone number, Deacon Dog. Imagine that. He's a real human being. That he rang me up when I left Talk Radio. Deacon Dog made a slightly sniffy. Oh, speaking of sniffy, flipping it. This
Where's
cat.
Deacon Dog? Who is this Deacon Dog? Where's this guy?
He said we need to ring up Tommy Boyd and see how it's done. Well, first of all, he doesn't do this.
Where does he say that?
Oh, ages ago. And so I said, well, I could phone him up whenever I want. I spoke to him last month. It's fine. I've spoken to real Tommy Boyd. He's a nice fella, and he would not want to get involved in sniping.
Yeah, what's your problem, Deacon? I tell you what, Deacon, why don't you phone us up and I'll tell you where I'm going to shove my fist, and I'll give you a clue. It's your beanhole. So you know what I'm saying?
Chris Shreddit, why is Talk Radio so right wing now? Because it's owned by Rupert Murdoch. Next question. Anyway. Honestly, I don't know what this cat is eating, but I'm chewing on it.
What do you want, you piece of trash?
What do you want, you piece of trash? Time!
Get stuffed, you weirdo. Who's Jason Bradbury? Did you ban Deacon Dog?
Yeah,
Why?
Because he said, then he went, yeah, Lee.
Bye, Deke.
Yeah, I'll tell Tommy Boyd you're a knob.
And yet, here's the thing, Deacon. You're choosing to watch us tonight instead of Tommy Boyd. Have a think about that sentence. You are choosing to watch us instead of Tommy Boyd. Just take that sentence away, because there's about 15 different layers in there, and that is my gift to you. Is that all right? That is my gift to you, and I give it with pleasure, and I give it with love. Hey, it's our last night of being sponsored by
Yay.
Viz. Let me go and get a copy. Let me read some of the letters.
Actual Viz, right? Actual Viz. We were thrilled to bits. Yes, Kitano Tabs, it is. We were thrilled to bits when Viz said they wanted to sponsor us, so we've been sponsored by them for a whole week. If you fancy 3 copies of Viz, proper copies, paper copies, for £1, use the code TLNA. Do this.
Keep the door shut. Thank you.
You can do that. And Viz is still going, but it's not as good as it used to be.
No, it's not as good as it used to be. Let me read some of the letters. Wait for my voice to go because a bit sweary. Oh, look, well, there's a story there called "It Started with a Piss." So, I mean, that's what you're dealing with. This is.
Gin Soap Boy, why only a week sponsorship? Because you can have just a week.
This is it. Why is it that I need to get my eyes tested? Why is it that Labour leader Keir Starmer spells his first name like he does and not K-I-E-R? I was always taught it's I before E except after C. If he brazenly flouts this rule, what others does he think he can get away with? See, I read it to Katherine and I laugh, and she just sits there going, "Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's funny." Hang on a second. This is quite an old one. Hang on. Here we go. If the next this dates it. If the next Top Gear challenge doesn't involve the presenters trying to drive a gas-guzzling Land Rover Discovery from London to Durham on a single tank of petrol without stopping for a piss, followed by a trip to Barnard Castle wearing someone else's glasses to see how they get on, then quite frankly, what are we paying a licence fee for? I mean, I don't pay it, but you get my point. This is what we should have been doing all week. One more.
Let me read one.
Hang on. It's quite a good one. It's quite a good one. It's fun.
All these VE Day celebrations have reminded me that when I was at school, we referred to it, of course, as VD Day. This splendid joke has now been rendered redundant by the fact that it's all STDs these days. Hopefully when Brexit is done, we can get back to having good old-fashioned British venereal disease. Find
another one. There's more on there's other pages of letters. Yeah, you've got to turn the page to get to it.
Okay, I know how books.
Last one.
I know how books work.
And we'll do some more after.
I haven't read this out. I haven't read this yet, so this is the first time. When my wife asked me what a pair of ladies' knickers were doing in the back of the car, I pointed out they weren't doing anything, since knickers are inanimate objects. In retrospect, it was perhaps not the best time for witty repartee. Toby Treacle, Tinkleton. Toby Treacle.
Back in May 2018, you reported that the Bayeux Tapestry included the first known battle in which combatants fought by pulling jumpers over heads. It's taken me a while to find it, but it also contains a horse's cock. I'm not sure if it's a French or an English horse, and then there is a picture of that. Anyway, so that's Viz. You can get 3 issues for £1.
Yeah.
We're now going to read out some of the divorce settlements.
Here's what you could have won. Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors, their brilliant, holistic approach to divorce, by which it's just a fancy word of saying they won't stir it up. They want to make sure that you and your ex are in a position to move on as a family, albeit in separate houses, once the divorce is over. So they don't stir it up, they don't create any more drama, and they try to make sure that your head's in the right place at all times.
We're going to do a letter for each sponsor.
glaw.co.uk. Go on.
So this is a top tip. A shallow tray of honey sprinkled with breadcrumbs and placed on an outdoor table is a good way to attract small birds who will then be unable to get away for whatever reason you might want to do that. 34sp.com.
34sp.com, web hosting with a heart. They are an ethical company. They have sent their staff home way before they were obliged to do by the government, and they pay them the living wage. And they've made sure that they're all set with masks, etc. When things were difficult at the start to get hold of them, they made sure that their staff were looked after. They also make sure that their customers are looked after. So if you use the code TLNA with 34sp.com, you will get 3 months free, but you also are insured like brilliant customer service. If you have a look at the Google reviews, you'll see that there is barely a negative one, and even the negative ones are countered with some really helpful comments from the company. So 34sp.com. If you're thinking of setting up a website, if you're thinking of turning that side hustle into your main hustle, 34sp.com, use the code TLNA and you'll get 3 months for free. And if at the end of it you're not impressed, you don't want to do it anymore, you can just walk away. It's absolutely fine. What?
Apparently there's a species of bacteria called Micrococcus. But what were they expecting from a microbe? Anything larger would be frankly unwieldy. Poseidon Safety Management. I think we're coming to an end with them. We need to have a little chit chat with Nick. What are you doing?
She's photobombing. That really is precarious.
Devon and Cornwall is a whole lot safer because of Nick's teams of manned guards, guard dogs, mobile patrols. And it's, go and follow them on Twitter at Poseidon Safe, at Poseidon Safety on Facebook. The chances of you needing Devon and Cornwall based security firm, slim. I'll give you that. But I think it's really important to highlight that there are companies all around the country that the main concern isn't the dollar, it'd be the pound over here. It's about making their area better, helping people and making their place safer. We've mentioned Nick is a good guy, and he's told us a few times that his company have gone and given free patrols to a school that was broken into, to a pub that was broken into, and to a nursery. Imagine breaking into a kiddie's nursery. And they went and gave free patrols. And that's what it's about. It would be very easy. I can imagine some other companies would be opportunistic and go, well, I see you've been broken into, but we can do you a 50% discount for the first week and see how we go on. And Nick just rocked up and said, no, we'll do it for free. They also made little gift packages to give to the 999 responders. To say thank you. Nothing huge. It's not like PlayStation 5s or stuff like that. But it was just a little package that had a few bits and pieces in to say, we appreciate what you're doing. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah. Nick
is a good guy, right? And Poseidon Safety Management is a good company. And we like. 0203 286 6370. Listen, the withheld person withholding it. You've been calling me for years, right? And let me let you into a secret. Your calls ain't funny. Your calls are weird. But not weird funny. Like dull weird. Like really, really dull, insignificant, boring weird. I forget about you. After every show, I forget about you until I see unknown person calling in. I go, oh God, that guy's still doing it. It might be a guy called Midge who used to call. It might be a guy called Sam who used to. Whoever it is, it's really boring. And I don't know, if you want to call up and have a conversation, we'll do it. But otherwise, could you fuck off? It's so boring. Go and read a book. Go and paint. Go and watch a movie. Go and, I don't know, boil a kettle and, I don't know, just go and do anything. Anything. Having a dump will be more creative than your really boring, weird phone calls. Thanks for listening. 0203. AlphaSync, by the way, is how we're able to do this. They gave us this brilliant computer. Right, we missed Liam. Let's try Liam again. If you call and we don't answer, we try and call you back.
Good evening.
Hello, Liam. We can't hear you very well.
Goodness me. Hang on a second. Sorry. Hi, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you, big man.
Hi, guys. How are you doing? You all right?
What you got for us?
I'm out for a little bit of a drive. I've not given up. My little 2-year-old won't sleep tonight. He's normally good, and I tend not to be out in the car thing if possible, but he's really kicking off tonight.
I did that all the flipping time with my eldest. Would take him for a drive. All 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll take him for a drive. I didn't care. There are no rules. There are no rights and wrongs. So you're taking him for a drive. You're taking him for a drive. Is it working? I can't hear anything.
He is now fast asleep, but I'm kind of at that stage where I had a little giggle before when you're reading from the Viz, and I thought, this is good, I'll go back home in a minute, I'll pull over. But I'm worried now that because he's been so up and down for the last few hours, I've got a feeling the second I stop, he's going to start kicking off again. So I'm kind of in limbo at the minute. I'm just driving totally aimlessly. But it's nice to have you two with me while I'm driving aimlessly. That's keeping me going.
How can I ask? Because people will be going, "What? In a car? How are you?" For those that may not be aware, how are you listening to us while you're driving around?
So, good question. I downloaded the Twitch app on my iPhone. I start the app and then Bluetooth it through my car radio. So
You're listening to this.
Like, there's no screen. I'm not watching the two of you. As attractive and beautiful as you both are, I can't see you. But it's effectively just listening to the radio, basically, as I'm driving around. Works really well.
Brilliant, good, and there you go. And that's how I used to listen to Limmy driving home from work sometimes.
Really?
So good. Well, there is no answer. You either drive on a bit longer or you go home and see what happens. And I've been there. Did you ever drive the kids around to get them to sleep?
No, never had to do it. Never had to do it.
That's really fortunate. Jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I want to make a time machine and go and wake her kids up.
You know what? The really weird thing is, I've got a feeling this is one of those things. So I, like most parents, adore my kids. I've got a bit of a feeling when this phase is gone, in a weird kind of way, I might miss it a little bit.
Yeah, I miss.
Yeah.
This is one of my great fears. My boys are 10 and 8, but I miss the 5 and 3-year-olds, and I miss the 7 and 5-year-olds. I really miss it.
And the other thing you realise is this moment where you've learnt this, developed this technique for getting to go to sleep by taking them out in the car. It lasts a blink of an eye, and there'll be something else that you have to deal with, and you'll find another way of doing that. And then before you know it, you look back, and this kid doesn't need that kind of help anymore. And these are sort of the golden days. I know it doesn't feel like it. It's knackering, it's exhausting. You've never known tiredness like it before. But it's gone so fast.
I am deliberately keeping my kids up a little bit tonight, later than I would do normally, because it means I might get, they won't be coming into my bedroom at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I've just gone in there and said, you can watch one more YouTube and then you're up. You're going up, because it means I might just get a little thing. Oh, Katherine, I love your style. Katherine is banning like there's no tomorrow. This is great news.
If you come blazing in and the first thing is it me or is the chat pretty dead? You're in spoiling for a fight. You can bugger off.
The chat is dead, though.
It's not dead. They're having a good chat there.
Yeah, but we wanted to ban we were talking about banning. Is Tommy Steele just been knighted? 6 stages. Who is Tommy Steele? I can't remember what the second stage is. Get me Tommy Steele. Get me someone.
Tommy Steele? This is Tommy
Steele. No, it's
Steele.
not. Get me someone like Tommy Steele. Who is Tommy Steele? Sir Tommy Steele. There we go.
You know, your question before, Ian, about listening to you, how am I listening to you driving the car and stuff? It's kind of dawned on me a little bit. You know, you guys have completely changed my listening habits. I've always been a big radio guy. I really like listening to the radio, often more than TV. And, I don't even know what Twitch is. Apparently there's a whole other world where other people stream on it. No interest at all. Never, ever watched anybody else or listened to anybody else. It might as well read Iain Lee and Katherine Boyle, because that's all I use it for. And that's quite, I'm sure I'm not the only person by any stretch, but that's quite a big thing to really completely change the way somebody engages and listens to something completely new.
And that's kind of why they hired us, to get people like you to come over.
Yeah.
But may I suggest, Liam, there are some great people out there, and if you ever make it to the end of the show at midnight, we do raids where we go and we go and watch other people, and we found some great people.
I have to admit, I was a little bit economic with the truth, because the only other people I've seen really briefly are your raids. And I've seen those for the first minute or two to watch their little faces, and then I'm gone.
Yeah,
so I get it a little bit, and it is worth it for that joy, because it's beautiful to watch. It's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this a few months ago, and I tweeted something to you actually. I thought, you know what, I really should ring and say, to completely change the way somebody listens and interacts and stuff is a really big deal. And well done, and thank you.
Thank you, man. Listen, best of luck. I hope it works out. A couple of things. I'm going to unban demonic. I think that's a little bit I think that's a little bit harsh.
Oh, really?
I think that's a little bit harsh. After we've been talking about maybe getting rid of the chat, I think that's a little bit...
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about getting rid of the chat, not permanently, but just because some people are coming in and trying to, like Kitano
No, but then
launch a kind of a side debate and.
But you're joining in with it. You don't need to join in with it.
I know. I'm going to leave it now.
Well, leave it now. Yes, I know, but the damage is kind of already done. When instead of chatting on there, you could have spoken to that person. I just don't think that you diving into the chat.
It's still it's a balance I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't
get
think
used
us
to.
diving into the chat and having a side debate that we are helping, we are fertilizing. I don't think it helps, and I just think it's not. Are you guys done? Yeah. Okay, you're going to crawl past us. You need to get 2 pillows from my bedroom, please, because I stole your pillows, my little pudding. You can walk with your back past. So have your back to the camera, because they'll just see your hoodie. Look at this. You got it. You got it, boy. Here we go. Look at this. This is one of my boys. That's my little baby boy.
I'm going to crawl.
We can see you.
Get down.
We can see you.
I'm a commando.
You can turn the light on. I think it's the middle one. Is that it? Get 2 pillows from my bedroom, guys, and lights out immediately.
Good night.
It's quite white. I love you, boy. Moji Pop Party. Moji Pop Party.
Fair enough. Unban him.
Okay, I don't know what his name was.
Demon X4.
Has he been unbanned?
I can unban him.
Okay, unban him. And I just think as well. I would not tell you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. You're a human being. But I don't think it's helpful to anybody going into having a chat like that.
Well, I only thought there was going to be one comment. And sometimes it's just a matter of answering. But it started to spiral. I get it.
May I suggest that answering would be best served to everybody and to the show in particular by doing it here? Would be my suggestion. Right. On that bombshell...
There's some teeth being brushed.
Are you guys brushing your teeth without me telling you to brush your teeth? Yeah. This is insanely good. I love you. I'm going to buy you a bag of sugar tomorrow. Okay. Carry on brushing. Goodbye. Oh, right. Someone did it. Someone did it. This is it. This is the thing. Thank you, mime artist. Who's Tommy Steele? Get me Tommy Steele. Get me a Tommy Steele type. Get me a young Tommy Steele. Who's Tommy Steele? But now we can add to the 6th one, Arise Sir Tommy Steele. Thank you, mime artist. I knew I couldn't quite get it right. You've hot the jackpot. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Okay, but I still don't quite know what that means.
Because he's brushing his teeth.
Right, thank you. Kitano, I would just say leave it now. All right? I would just say leave it now, please. Okay. Right. Did we miss? No. Right. I think it's time. I wanted to do this in the first hour and we never got around to it. It's changing rooms.
Which apparently is coming back, but no one told us.
No one told us about it. I don't know why no one... Actually, Twitch Custard Pie, I'm here listening tonight, guys, enjoying the show. Just feeling a bit quiet, that's all. You feel quiet. So is Demonics unbanned?
Yeah.
Right, let's play. Oh, I closed it. YouTube. Okie dokie. Boyle? Oh, we got... This is what I meant to look at in the week, and I've just remembered. Can we find any where the source isn't that
American
crappy
BBC America
that's like really bad quality and it's really short? So, can we find a changing rooms? Let me get the screen up. Hang on a minute.
Plankton says, that's Roger, isn't it? I'm sorry I didn't tell you about changing rooms. You should be sorry.
Everyone should be sorry for not telling us. No one told us. So we want a changing room that's longer than 22 minutes.
And that we haven't already seen.
Well, there's one, but it's hosted by Lawrence.
We've seen that one.
Right. We want a full changing rooms. There's got to be somewhere we can get some hooky copies. And you can't... Carl, can you filter by duration? Longer than 20... Well, I mean, they're all longer than 20 minutes. Okay, all right. Here we go. So we want...
Night.
Good night, boys. Love you. See you tomorrow. Good night, mein Herr. This is not hosted by...
Surely would.
Is that the one we
Reorganisation.
That feels familiar.
But I really want a Smiley episode. Episode 10, season 8.
Oh, Anna Ryder Richardson.
But this is 40 minutes. Was this a movie? Oh, they're doing the special one on a ship. No, thank you.
Boring.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
We thank you for your service, but we're not interested in painting your battleship.
Sorry? Where should you put your socks? How about up your bum? Put them in my laundry basket. Where should you put your socks? When have you ever asked me that before? Nobody just dumps it on the floor. He just wants to be on a successful stream, that's all. Changing Rooms 100th show, 2002, incomplete.
Well, what good is that?
Changing Rooms, there's Chat Australia. Oh, there's us. Look, when you type in Changing Rooms...
Now we're starting to come up.
We come up! Good night, guys.
Night.
Love you. They're following me, otherwise they wouldn't be watching. I love you, boys. See you tomorrow. We'll have fun. Right. So when you type in Changing Rooms, we're starting to come up. Pop will eat itself, guys.
Right.
Pop will eat itself. Not maybe do a US one. What would be the point of that? There'll be absolutely 0 point. Right, here we go. We might have to do a Lawrence one. I don't want to do a 60-minute makeover. That
No.
just defeats the whole object of the purpose.
This one. Have we seen that one?
It's short. Look, it's from American TV.
Oh, man.
What a world we live in. Now, this is 40 minutes, but maybe it'll go to a part 2. BBC America!
These are the only people who are recording it.
My artist, I'm not clicking on that link because I bet it's not a full episode. We're running out of changing rooms.
I know. Well, I noticed that at the beginning. No.
What is that?
This is something else.
All right, you don't want that uploader. What uploader? What? I don't know what that means. We're running out of material.
Yeah, we might have to change to something else.
Pete, get to work. All right, we're going to have to watch a Lawrence one, or we will not be doing any of the new episodes of Changing Rooms because
it'll be on.
Not to Homes Under the Hammer. No.
Show the episode where Linda Barker knocks over the woman's teapot. Do you want to tell Robin 86?
We've shown the clip. We can't find the full episode. All right, guys. All right. Are there any episodes of this show on Daily Motion? I don't know. I don't know what Daily Motion is really. Could you have a look? Could someone have a look? Could someone have a look on Vimeo and Daily Motion for me? All right. Okay. We're gonna.
What's wrong with that one?
Which one? It's Australia.
Oh, is it?
I mean, yeah. We're gonna have to watch a Lawrence one.
I'm up for that.
I'm up for
I
that.
don't discriminate.
At uswitch.com.
More people come to us to find their energy deal than any other switching site.
Here we go.
Cuddled on the cusp of the...
There's a geezer.
Chorleywood, cuddled on the cusp of the countryside
Chorleywood we
and the
haven't seen,
capital,
I don't
is
think.
apparently, according to latest surveys, the happiest place in the country to live. Now, we're not going to mess up that happiness, no. On Changing Rooms, we're just going to sort out their style.
Oh, I love this song. This is all for Villages, isn't it? Yes, we're in. Suddenly.
Whoa.
You're right.
Got his head stuck in a box.
What are you doing? Dickhead. I thought that was one of the boys. And then I realised it was one of the cats, and then I got really concerned. Idiots.
Nurse Caroline and her...
This looks like... She looks like Sue Barker.
Yes.
And his face...
And if that's their house, why on earth would you let them in there?
Because I bet the next couple have got a crappy house and they can't afford
And
to
they want
get
to
it
do him a
decorated.
favour. Right,
Yeah.
okay.
School teacher husband Iain live in this large detached house in Chorleywood. Their approach to decorating in their bedroom may have been bold, but it's not necessarily beautiful.
Well,
yeah.
the only thing letting that room down by the changing room aesthetic is the curtains. I don't see that as any worse than what they've done.
Well, that dark blue.
They've done worse.
Who's
colours
got a TV in their bedroom? I was really tempted to get like a TV on one of my many retro games consoles up in the bedroom. And I just thought, well, I would... Then I would never leave.
No.
I would never leave. Lisa's got one.
I've never had a TV in my bedroom, not even when I was a kid.
Oh, I used to when I was a kid. And I did up until... when I was in the flat, up until my wife moved in with me. And maybe I got rid of it before then or after, perhaps just after then. But I've lost a load of my channels on my TV. And I thought, I should probably get an aerial man in to fix it. And I thought, I don't really watch TV.
Nah.
I don't really watch TV, so there's no point in paying 70, 80, I don't know, 100 quid to get him to fix it so I can watch some chat, so I can get, more for.
Yes, you see. I will personally wager 2 parterre, a drive of orange trees and a used marble that this paint was described as Mediterranean blue on the tin. It's not. I'd sue. In the golden glow of Antibes, this kind of blue is sexy. In Chorleywood, this kind of blue isn't. It's dark, it's dank, it's depressing. Just like the curtains, which are also dark, dank and depressing.
But this means he's not going to be a designer.
No, he won't be. So he's going to get someone else in and then he'll swan about. Those curtains are horrible. But,
That looks like a boys' room from the 80s.
yeah.
What this room needs is a designer who's fully cognizant of Mediterranean style. Someone still with sand between their toes and...
Barker. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Barker.
I've got a feeling it's going to be Oliver, but go on.
Flush of Saint-Tropez on their cheek. Graham Wynne will do.
Graham.
Right.
Hang on a minute. This is actually brilliant, right? Tell me what you notice about... We're going to watch his intro again.
Caroline and her school teacher
Tell me what you
husband
notice about
Iain
it.
live
This is
in
brilliant.
this large detached house in Chorleywood. Their approach to decorating in their bedroom may have been bold, but it's not necessarily beautiful. Yes, you see.
What?
Hang on, I just want to try something. Right, hang on. Here we go.
I will personally wager 2 parterre, a drive of orange trees and a used marble that this paint was described as Mediterranean blue on the tin. It's not. I'd sue. In the golden glow of Antibes, this kind of blue is sexy.
Good eye,
In
mate.
Chorleywood,
Look at
this
Patty on the
kind of
ledge.
blue isn't. It's dark, it's dank, it's depressing. Just like the curtains, which are also
Look at
dark,
Patty
dank
on the
and
ledge.
depressing. What this room needs is a designer who's fully cognizant of Mediterranean style. Someone still with sand between their toes and the flush of Saint-Tropez on their cheek. Graham Wynne will do.
Tell me what you noticed about that.
I'd seen it before.
Good night.
Bye.
Love you, darling.
Follow Iain Lee on Twitch for the 3rd time.
I love you. Go, go.
Emoji Pop Party.
Emoji Pop Party. What did you notice about that?
It zoomed in on his face.
No, we'll
What?
watch it again. One more
No,
time.
no, come on, what? Don't make us watch it again. This is going to take a bloody eternity as it is.
This
Their
shows why he's
approach to
brilliant.
decorating in their bedroom may have been bold, but it's not necessarily beautiful.
Go.
Ah, yes, you see. I will personally wager 2 parterre, a drive of orange trees and a used
So one
marble
shot.
that this
All
paint...
one shot. No, 40 seconds. Doesn't seem that long in TV, but it is. All one shot. No cutaways. He does it all in one go. Maybe he did 2 or 3 takes. Who knows? I bet he did it first take. Anyone else, there would have been cutaways. They would have done 3, 4, 5 takes, and
Yeah.
they'd have gone, I tell you what, do what you can. We'll do it in bits, and we'll just get cutaways, and
Yeah.
we'll patch it together. He does it in one take.
The thing I was most impressed by?
Yep.
Didn't put his feet on the bed.
There we go.
Flush of Saint-Tropez on their cheek. Graham Winham do. Right next door in another large...
Okay. It's the same house, but with a different party frock
Well,
on.
it's like a chocolate cake, but I mean, this is.
This is allowed. She can wear what she wants.
But it's. I mean, this is daytime television or evening television. This is very unusual.
House live housewife Christine and her daughter Danielle, a promotions manager. Their glamour and liveliness is not matched by their somewhat lifeless living room. I hate...
See, this is a later series,
Yeah.
and this feels infinitely earlier.
the way you're so predictable. Just because this room has got orange sofas and a green carpet and you're all reaching for your sick bags. Well, I know...
I don't think it's that offensive. I think that's just...
Oh, I think that's horrible.
I mean, I don't like it particularly, but I don't think it's that offensive. I've
That
seen
to me
far worse.
feels like, I don't know if I have, that feels like 1986 with the stone around the fireplace and the... What's going on? What is going on?
Well, it's an older person's house.
What's going on up there, though? What is that?
Oh, I think you're being harsh.
For a fact that spaces like this have much to surprise and delight the eye. There's sparkly, quivery, mineral trees, for a start. Cushions in which live woodland creatures. But at its epicentre, the king of the jungle in bronze. Speaking of which, here comes Laura, the queen of the jungle in the flesh.
I like Laura because she doesn't give a shit.
Ideas. Oh my God, right. So
She
she's going to be
doesn't
working
care.
in that house where they've got... Look, you don't like it, fine. But that looks like quite expensive furniture that they've got. She's going to nail something on the top of it.
I just need to do a little bit of business before we press play. Just need to do a little bit of business. Here we go. Business is done.
For this lovely space.
Well, we wanted a country feel.
Modernised country cottage or quite traditional? Traditional. Traditional. I don't
Unlucky.
do traditional.
Yeah, exactly. She was driving for modern because
Yeah.
then she could slap some metallic paint on the
Yeah.
walls. Ain't going to happen. Oh,
Laura the gaslighter says that.
yeah. She'll tell them it's their idea at the end.
Okay, we'll start with the colours.
That's the same as what it is now. That's lovely.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I have contrasted it with another colour, so it's very fresh.
That's lovely.
So we're going to do alternate wall.
Custard and greige is what they're going for then, I take it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So you've got your 2 areas. You've got your drawing room area, and then you've got your Zen Love Den.
Sorry?
Whoa, 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 whoa,
You said-
whoa.
you used the phrase Zen Love Den.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's
When you
not
came to school.
traditional country cottages. I wanted to sort of pump it up a bit.
Yeah, I'm ignoring you, is what she's saying.
Don't like these. They're not flowery sort of people. So I've got to say she won't like that.
I think let's get this carpet up.
Let's do it.
Ignore. Okay, yeah, I'm doing it anyway, so...
I like a good fight.
Hello.
She doesn't have a fight. She doesn't engage, does she?
Hello, how are you?
Very well, how are you?
I'm very good. So, remind me what it was that you wanted to do in here.
Just bring a warm feeling to the room, inviting, somewhere they can come and relax and get away from everybody.
Okay. And the word Mediterranean was mentioned, wasn't it? Yes. So I thought that would be a good starting point for the room. But let me just show you what I thought in terms of sort of Mediterranean colour. Now, this might not be what you're expecting at all, but more blue, but I think a better blue and a lot of white. And the way it ties together will be my
This is
idea
a
of
new
sort
thing,
of
these
very
drawings.
posh, modern kind of Mediterranean hotel.
Yes,
What do you think?
I think it's fantastic. She will
Everyone loves living in a hotel.
Everyone.
It is a Princess Diana haircut. That's why I was trying to place it. Yeah, it is a bit Lady Di haircut.
Just reinventing sort of what they've done in a much better way.
Yes. Right, hang on a second. Kia, I can see that you are struggling. This isn't the place for that, really. So I say with love and respect, if someone could put the phone number for the Samaritans into the chat, that'd be great. I think if you just do !Sam, I think that brings it up. I would really suggest, as a matter of urgency, that you give the Samaritans a call, 116 123. They're very busy at the moment. At the moment, I mean, while the whole COVID's is on. So you'll have to wait a bit. Might have to try a couple of times. Don't take it personally. And I apologise because I saw you earlier and I meant to reference you and then I got distracted. But, I mean, as far as help goes, that's all we can offer you because we're just a silly show on Twitch. Hopefully you got some strength from what was said earlier on. The Samaritans are great. If you think you're really, really in danger of doing something very dangerous to yourself, then get yourself to A&E. Get yourself to A&E and walk in there and tell them that you feel that you are potentially at risk. And it will take a while, but they will be able, hopefully, to sort something out. But if you were listening to the conversation earlier on, as I know you were, because I did see you messaging when we were there, it's a permanent solution to a short-term problem. And no one is better off as a result. So I'm going to wish you well, and I'm going to really suggest that you go and make that phone call now. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it to our attention. And if you want some company, sit back quietly and you can watch us taking the piss out of these people, which is what's going to happen.
I bet she won't expect it to be blue again. She'll be shocked.
I think it's great.
Honestly?
Honestly.
And you're not sure, are you?
I'm
not sure.
I think she's going to love it, actually.
So why don't we start?
What's Mum's accent?
A bit German, I think.
It was a little Germanic, wasn't it? First of all, I thought it was posh. But there's a
little hint
of
of something.
There's a hint of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like this bit.
This is exactly what Elastica intended this track to be used
That's
for,
who
of
it is,
course.
Elastica, isn't it? Yeah. I wish I could get away with not so much shirt on the waist.
Right.
The idea behind this is those big, fabulous plantation shutters. What I need to do is we need to make a frame, basically, around these shutters, put spindles top and bottom, so that they can rotate like that.
Okay.
But I think that would be brilliant. I mean, that is the big job of the day. And then there's some tiles that I don't know whether you can cut for me, and some panels to go behind the bed that I don't know.
No problems, mate.
That's very good of you.
Oh, he seems quite amenable this week. Normally he
he's
ums
a
and
bit
ahs.
arsey, isn't he?
Like he's got better things to do.
I'm here to fix it, Mr. Wynn. I'm here to fix it, Mr. Wynn.
What a nice start to the day.
And he'll fix it for you.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah?
Say it. What do you want?
Say it.
Yes, that's nice.
I've nerved you, right?
That's extraordinary. She's been in therapy.
It's mustard. Mustard's more like much deeper. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
That's lovely.
Oh, that's just, oh, yeah. It's mustard. Yeah, mustard.
Is that mustard?
It's mustard.
He's just happy to be there.
Gotta see that guy again doing the turn to camera. That is genius. Oh, sorry, I've done it. Here we go. Hair swing. Hello. Having fun? Up, down, up, down.
What? If you say mustard one more
No, I
time.
wouldn't say mustard. But looking at the colours together,
Yes.
I don't know. I just think the grey is too cold.
She doesn't respect her authority. She's going to say who's the designer, isn't she?
Yeah, who's the designer here?
And the yellow is not warm enough. It's a bit more yellow, maybe.
I absolutely disagree.
Oh, dear.
I think they're great background colours. And then in there, we've got loads more colour because they're doing all the artwork.
Do you remember when they expressed concern last time about the pink?
The pink floor.
She took that just as well, didn't she?
Yeah. I mean, it is pointless. The input, they have no input.
No.
They have no input.
No, I think this woman's under the misunderstanding that this show is anything to do with her anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. You're just here with a roller.
Flowers. Okay. So you're going to forget about the colours on the wall by the time I finish. I'm going to give you much more to worry about than the colours on the wall.
She reminds me of someone I know.
So we're going from one blue to another blue?
Yeah.
And this blue is better than the other blue because?
Because it's more restful, it's more tranquil.
Why did your friends paint this room so dark?
Because I like lovely, big, bold colours.
It's not the lightest room, is it, with all the trees and stuff? Look at this. Irish ninja painting.
Irish.
I mean, we didn't hear her
Irish.
speak very much. There was definitely something, but...
Or Japanese. He said ninja. I don't... Maybe she's Japanesey.
It's like some kind of Irish martial arts. Look at her, she doesn't even stop. She's going...
Because she's super glamorous. Leave her be, Lawrence. Don't hate.
A glamorous, wealthy woman.
You should recognise it.
She's quite a whiz, though. She's managed to get halfway around the room in half an hour.
I really am now seriously beginning to wonder why Caroline and Iain are actually letting you loose in here.
Why not?
Because I think you're really mad.
Because they helps. Yes.
Are there fumes in this paint that I'm failing to appreciate?
Yeah, well, great stuff.
He bloody loves it.
But what? Hang on a minute. Everything he does is shit. He's having a go at them for painting it a nicer blue.
Yeah, but also this is about their technique.
Stare at his face. Right, really stare at it. Stare at it. It doesn't look like Laurence Llewelyn-Bowen, does it?
No, because he's coming to...
But his eyes, the nose, the shape of the mouth, that doesn't look anything like him. I like that.
Welcome to Stepford.
Welcome to Geordie Wood.
How do you know where you've painted?
Oh, he's just going in to stir it up. That's what he does. He goes in, stirs it up and leaves.
Good point. I'm worried about this colour.
Why?
The blue's not blue, it's grey and it's cold.
Do you not like this person?
It's putty, innit? It's putty, that
Well, the
colour.
grey, that looks like the undercoat, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tricky colour. Although a lot of houses these days are grey. Apparently that's the thing that marks this particular last sort of 3 years out. People painting everything grey.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Says a lot, doesn't it?
Personally, you, or do you not like this because you feel that it's a very un-Christine thing to do?
A bit of both.
We ought to just interject at this point that Christine is without doubt as mad as a plank. And you are known for some, shall we say, very daring experiments in colour.
Yes.
So I see this as, a daring experiment in grey.
Too grey.
It's bringing out the mustard lovely.
It is mustard, isn't it?
Yes.
Also, bear in mind, this is the woman that painted her bedroom bright blue.
Yeah,
so
she likes it loud.
Now the carpet is well and truly in the skip. Obviously, we need to put something down on the floor.
Right.
So, Andy's cut these. It's 1/2-inch MDF. What we need to do is put
MDF
this
on the
sort
floor.
of
Jesus,
in
man.
that house.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing I learned the hard way. If you're getting a floor done, you got to spend on it. If you spend on it, it shows. It shows.
Yeah.
It shows. You got if it's a carpet or if it's a wooden flooring. If it's just like a little spare room, get the cheap laminate, do it.
That's what's doing all the work in that room, really. I know everything else has got to look nice, but that's working hard.
Main room, you've got to get a nice carpet or you got to get a nice floor, otherwise it's going to look rubbish.
Within a year.
chocolatey coloured paint all over the first board.
Yes.
Then muck around with this mid-tone, and then I'll finish off with some of this creamy coloured paint
I'm struggling
here.
to see why either couple. They're both four very distinct characters.
Yeah.
First time I think we've seen kind of, sort of very trendy young woman, and what looks like a, very posh mum, and the other couple. I'm struggling to see that they'd even watch Changing Rooms, let alone agree to be on it.
Yeah.
What is the thinking there?
Maybe it's the director's, family.
It's strange, isn't it?
It does seem strange, because normally, there's at least one of them, you go in and the place is falling down virtually.
Yeah, and it's like they've been done it as a favour.
Yeah, remember there was that one, where there were two brothers, and one brother had a really nice house that was done beautifully, and the other brother had a bedroom upstairs in like sort of an annex, and it desperately needed something doing to it, right? You could see that one brother had said, let's go on that and we'll get you sorted out.
Yeah.
This, they could do this by themselves, couldn't they?
They've got... I would...
Unless... And it's making a sweeping judgment because she's attractive. Unless the daughter wants to be on TV.
I would say this is pre that kind of thinking as just being on TV as a route in. This is like, what, I'm going to guess 2000. So this is pre-Big Brother.
Yeah.
When the world changed. So now you're on TV. There's a strong chance you might end up on a
driving
quiz show.
school. That was a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But that was it. That was the same people week in, week out. I can't. And I know I'm clutching at straws there, and that's the only thing I can see as a even slight possibility. But I don't think that's the case here at all.
Yeah. Go on.
Anyway, we know they're going to live to regret it. We know that within a year those rooms will be changed. But let's continue.
Which gives you that sort of limestone-y look. What do you think?
Very good.
I think
very good.
Looks cheap. These houses are £2 million.
I bet they've got wooden floors.
These houses are £2 million, and this floor is costing you 25 quid.
Anyway, pop it down because it'll be up by the end of the day.
So he could be here sometime.
New to this, maybe just to show off to friends. I don't think their friends are going to be impressed by this kind of thing. Do you? Nah.
I don't get it. I don't get this one.
This is working incredibly well because you can still see a lot of the natural stone coming through.
Oh my God!
Horrible dark grout marks.
I mean, it's a horrible fireplace, but
It's disgusting, but they're just going to paint over it. Oh, you said blah, 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 blah.
You've been very quiet, Ian, about your bedroom being done next door by Mr. Graham Wynne.
We're not too worried, actually. We gave them an option to do what they like. It was the best thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Lucky old Graham.
But we can hear lots of work going on next door, lots of cutting, so it's going to be quite interesting.
It's going to be very interesting then. But just worry about what we're doing here.
Oh, absolutely.
Fine, it'll be fine.
Now, I would quite like to add some Art Deco monogrammed cushions.
How big?
Kind of thing. About that-ish.
Oh, that's going to make it look really sort of hotel-y.
Well, like that then.
Compromise on that.
Okay.
That.
A bit more.
There.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I don't want it to look like a cheap hotel.
why is Lawrence drawing?
Play it with me, come on.
Yep. Why is Lawrence drawing? He shouldn't be getting involved. Take the pencil away.
I think it will if it's bigger.
Okay, fine.
You know, there's one word you can say to him to put him off the scent. It's cheap.
But he is putting MDF on the floor, so he's not that bothered about it. I've just worked out what they're doing. CR. It's not their initials, it's changing rooms.
Oh, no.
Why the hell would you do that?
Oh, no. What's this song?
Laura.
Oh, second mention.
Is it Laura? It is them. Scissor Sisters. Is it Laura?
Can't remember. I can't listen to that album.
Won't you just tell Cincinnati I'm gonna need your love? Don't you give me your love? Don't you give me your Simone?
When this turns out we're going to get penalised on YouTube.
Yeah,
So turning the music down a bit. We can still enjoy it. Here we go.
I'm trying to...
Here we go. Now we're about to start to see a little bit of work has been done now. Here we go.
Oh, we've had the montage. Let's see.
Find a name to
Spawn
describe
fruit.
your taste.
I don't hate that colour.
Well, I think
It's a nice
because
colour.
the house is an older property, I tend to keep it more to the country cottages.
Why is it time for change?
I'm more careful with my taste, so I think it's great if somebody else goes in with an idea.
There's
There's
a
the Irish.
revolution
I heard it
about
for the
to
first
happen,
time.
surely would.
Right, what I thought would be a very, very, very good idea is get all these beautiful pictures of flowers and then just wallpaper paste them on and then do a nice clear varnish and it will bring a lot of texture and
it'll be different.
Grooviness, baby.
She hates it. She hates it, and there is a
That's
definite clash.
Sort of thing a 15-year-old would go, Dad, Mum, I've cut these pictures out. I want to put them on the wall and varnish it.
In your bedroom, fine.
It will look shit. It's your room. You do what you want.
Oh, dearie me.
I think it would be good.
I'd like it.
Colourful.
Colourful.
Do you think Caroline will miss her old bedhead?
It might have been when they got married. Maybe there's got some little secrets there. So, it's time for
But
it.
they can make
Did she not know the word sentimental?
She tried to go for it, and then she forgot the word, I think. Listen, happens to us all. Increasingly happening to me.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Do you ever get a moment where you are halfway through a sentence and you do that, and then for the next half an hour you can't think of what the word was?
You've worked with me for years. You know I constantly go, what's the word for... And it's like really simple thing.
I was trying to point out something in the garden earlier on, and I said it's that thing over there. It's a herb. It's the Americans call it cilantro. What is it called? I could remember what the Americans call it. I couldn't remember what we call it. Coriander was the reply. Half an hour later, when you stop thinking about it, that's when it lands.
Deadhead tells a story.
Let's not go there.
Right, can't find Lawrence. Who needs him? I'll give it a go.
If this is the 5-star hotel room...
Oh, I see. When Lawrence is doing it, he has to do a mural.
Right, okay.
Of some kind, because he painted on the piano, didn't he? He painted Ayers Rock on her wardrobe, and he should be painting whatever that is, but she's going to go in there instead.
in the Mediterranean. That is the view of the Bay of Antibes.
I love you, yes I do, 'cause I know that you love me too. I love you, yes I do, gonna spend all my
He's left that right up.
I'm just off to find my bathing hat.
Lawrence Rainbow is so last year.
Well,
they've effed that up totally.
Well, it's just no need for it, is there? Right? They want to do they want to give it a Mediterranean or holiday feel. You don't need to literally paint the sea on the bloody wall. Or is that the wardrobe? That's
Dan
the wardrobe?
says, I supported Bad Manners on tour. We had Buster Bloodvessel on the 11 o'clock show. I found him quite unpleasant, actually. I was really disappointed with him. I found him... I can't remember why. I didn't like him.
Was it persona, or was it just what he was like?
It was just what he was like. I didn't like him. He's dead now, isn't he, Buster Bloodvessel?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Let's continue.
Right, what's that? Why have we got this done here?
Hang on. Only some tiles aren't the same size, which would be fine if we were grouting them.
So this is it? This is all that they're going down exactly how they are?
Maybe with just a hairline, like
Oh, so we are having a gap in them there then?
tiny.
A tiny gap.
Tiny.
So first of all...
I don't think we should have a gap.
Oh.
Not at all.
What are you going to fill it with?
Nothing.
Dust and dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
It just worries me that things like this are going to really set it over the edge.
I mean, I can see what she's saying. She's saying that it's a bit dull and boring in there at the moment, and this would really lighten it up. And she's right, something would lighten it up, but maybe these flowers are not right.
I quite like Lawrence's hair there.
If you are not happy about...
I like hairdos that look like they're not a lot of effort. I don't like, at the moment, and I get it, that these haircuts are not designed to please me, but, like the very hard, gelled, structured, short back and sides that are kind of almost 1930s at the moment.
Yeah.
That's not the sort of hair. I like white hair you can run your hands through without breaking your fingers.
Okay.
But it's not for me. You do you, babe.
Nurse, heal thyself. Go on.
I will return.
Oh, she's a confrontation.
This is going to go down awfully.
I don't really mean to be so bold, but they're just so evenly and interestingly matched.
Can I talk to you?
Oh, gosh.
Here we go again. You know these flowers we're cutting out?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a terrible
I think
idea.
it's a good idea.
Okay.
But...
Go on, get to the point.
Not all...
Go on, get to the point.
This is awful. This is so uncomfortable.
But also, they both know... She knew this was coming because she was
Yeah.
Settle for a shot, okay.
Over the wall.
I disagree.
Which wall? Is it on that whole wall there?
Right, from here...
From there all the way along?
Down, up and around. So it's actually being part of the room. It's creating part of the room. If you did it in a small area, you're framing the idea. It's like if you've got a piece of patterned wallpaper and cut a square out and you stuck it in the middle of the room.
It would look stupid.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
What you're saying will look stupid.
Oh, mate, come on.
And just very subtly, watch the body language.
Yeah.
There's a... Oh, I've pressed the wrong thing. Why does it... Watch, there's a subtle...
in the
When she
middle of the
says
room.
stupid, she just moves it, twists her hip.
Yeah.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
What you're saying will look stupid.
Hip.
All right.
You
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah.
You see
It's-
that?
And wait for that to land.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I think we do have to end up.
Oh, God, and look.
And cut a square out.
Yeah.
And you stuck it in the middle of the
It
room.
would look stupid.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said when Karens collide. I think that's... No, I don't get it. I don't get your point with that. That's not what I assume.
I don't know. I don't know what Karens are.
It's
I don't
two women having a
understand it.
disagreement, right? And it's we're not
don't
used
know
to
what
seeing
Karens are.
women. We're not used to seeing women be forthright because women generally are brought up to be agreeable, right, and nice and nurturing and all that stuff. And it's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible and it's tense and nasty. But it's not Karens. It's two women expressing themselves and they don't agree. This woman, the designer, we've seen before, she doesn't really take criticism, does she?
No, she doesn't. I don't know what a Karen is, and I've never really bothered to find out. I don't care. You don't need to explain it to me. Buster Blood Vessel is still alive, and we're being told that apparently, I've yet to fact check this, apparently Changing Rooms is coming back, we're being told. But
Why
I
did no
don't-
one say anything?
No one, you would have thought someone would have said something on Twitter.
Here we go.
What you're saying will look stupid.
All right, okay.
Right.
I think
Well, that
Furious.
went well.
They're both furious, rightfully so, for the contestant, for want of a better word.
The optics of this are awful. That's a modern term, isn't it? The optics. It looks terrible, right? I wonder whether, having watched this back, that designer would do it the same.
Here's a good question. Says, I am Torag. If you had to have one of the changing room designers in your house, I'm assuming to change your room.
Yeah.
Who would it be?
If you had to. I mean, that's a
had
strange
to-
scenario. But
If you had to, they've kidnapped the kids, and you can only get them back if one of the changing room designers comes in. All right, definitely not her, and definitely not Barker. They're definitely not. Right,
No.
they're out. Here's the thing, Bowen, on a tame day.
isn't it funny that now he looks like kind of quite reasonable, like that
The one
garden
last
room
week
he
was
did
all
last
right.
week was all right.
It was all right. I think I would ask for Bowen, and I'd really keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Although, what this guy's doing, not Handy Andy, what
Graham.
this guy's doing is in this room so far.
Yeah. What did he do last time? Did he do the dog room? He did the dog house.
The dog hole in the wall.
Yeah, but I would not want Oliver because he does strange things.
Yeah.
Linda Barker, no. I think she's a sweetheart and all, but no.
No, she's coming nowhere near my house. Don't even know where I live.
Lawrence, I think he started out more elaborate than he ended up, didn't he? Maybe someone like Graham. But they're not necessarily the most entertaining characters, are they?
No.
Anna Ryder Richardson, I can't remember what her style was.
We've
She
not
was
seen-
all right, wasn't she?
I don't know. We've not seen one of hers, I don't think. Maybe next week we need to make her a priority.
Yeah, okay. Because I remember quite liking her, but I
Good,
don't know
Chief.
whether it's
Thank
just
you
because
for
she
the
was
sub.
fun.
Thank you for the sub.
We do have to end up with a gap because they are all coming out slightly different. And we'll have to get some grout and put in it.
All right, then we have to do that.
Because, don't you think?
Take them back to the shop. You bought stuff to go on the floor and they're different sizes.
They painted it. But that's...
Karen says, I'll have none of them, they can keep the kids.
What is more sensible? Bearing in
Why
mind
don't we
they're
just lay them all down and whichever ones are desperately out, take them out, chop them down, and then the rest are sorted.
There you go.
There's a can-do attitude for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well...
Just call me Handy Danny. Laura.
Oh, gosh.
Can we have a word?
Oh, God, she's had to go and get her husband involved.
this is horrible. But also, it also, if I were this couple and I'd spoken to her once, I would then go and speak to the director.
Yeah.
I'd then go and speak to the couple next door and say,
Big Boy.
This ain't... Should we see if we can see Big Boy? Hang on. Oh, they've turned... Oh, maybe I've unplugged it.
My suspicion, they perhaps have, and they've said, you know what would be great is if you go and talk to them on camera. I'm sure she'd be up for it.
Let's see if we can see Big Boy. Hang on. Oh, God. Of course not. Hang on. Let's just add... He's crying. He's crying next door. Add new source. Add that. Add that.
Because that's the strangest thing. He's quiet as a mouse.
Oh, they've turned the lights off in there. We're not going to see him.
He's quiet as a mouse, isn't he? All day. And he's not, if you put your hand down the back of the sofa where he is, he's not scratchy, he doesn't try and bite you or anything, and he will let you stroke him too.
He wants to go out.
But,
he wants
yeah.
to go out. We're away off that yet. Right, go on.
Anyway,
oh,
so...
sorry, hang on. Yeah.
So here we go. Oh, my theory about this woman, I'm sorry, I don't know what her name is, the designer's, but obviously in her general day-to-day life, she's the expert. She's brought in to do a job and then left alone.
Do it.
She's not used to dealing with people like this.
Real people.
And in front of cameras, my God.
Oh, God, not you two again.
The flowers. We don't want to do it.
Miss McCree, the ball is in your court.
I think you're wrong.
I actually have to agree with the Muggles.
Right.
What about?
The Muggles. The Muggles. Oh, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. Apologies.
Do it on a board above the fireplace's artwork.
I'm happy with that.
No, you're not.
God, how embarrassing.
Lawrence has had to come in. The referee has had to step in.
And he's not taken her side as a professional. And it's all being filmed. That's the thing. It's being filmed.
This is entertainment.
Oh, no.
No!
Come on!
Did you just hit her?
No.
He did.
Who hit her?
He hit her on the back of the head.
Don't know how. What? Why is it set to go back at 5 seconds? Go on.
Board above the fireplace's artwork.
I'm happy with that.
Oh, no.
He did, didn't he?
He smacked her at the back of the head.
I'm happy with that.
Oh.
You can hear it.
That's terrible.
That's quite hard. I'm going to do
Yeah.
it. Do I have your permission?
Yeah.
It was that.
That's terrible, especially as she's already in an embarrassing situation. Yeah. Now he's kind of infantilising it.
This is great. I'm loving this. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Jalford says, I think this was an accident. No, it wasn't.
That was
He went
you
in.
could hear it.
He went in. He's obviously trying to lighten the mood, but oh God, no, don't do that.
No.
No!
I would say no as well if someone's...
Her husband's going to buckle. The husband's going to buckle.
He just wants it to be over.
He's going to buckle.
Come on!
Why?
Come on, run with it! Run with it! It's on the board.
Whoa, she's shouting at her now.
And pointing.
She's shouting at her now. Whoa, hang on a minute. This is great. Go on.
Come on!
Why?
Come on, run with it! Run with it! It's on the board. It's on the board. It's on the board.
Why did you like it so much before? I mean, really like it.
I didn't really like it. No, I never really did. No, I didn't really like it.
I think that is a phenomenal compromise. All our cutting out and everything won't go to waste now, which is the important thing.
I'm so happy.
Meanwhile, I think you've made a very, very strong decision.
She's furious.
They're both furious.
This is incredible. I've never seen this.
They're both furious and they are humiliated.
Yeah.
And he's treating them like schoolgirls.
This is wonderful television.
Yeah, Joe was right. How could you keep your mouth shut when your wife just got smacked on the head?
There were several cuts there. In defence of the gentleman, we don't know.
No.
We've not seen the whole thing.
But also...
This went on for a lot longer than
also,
this.
don't blame the person who didn't do the smacking.
And look at the designer. Won't even look at him.
Tense.
And I think you can all sleep heartily and happily tonight.
Please leave now, Lawrence.
She means it.
At the end of day one, the Yellows have won their compromise in a battle.
I feel sorry for everyone. It's awful.
I'm having a great time, though.
To which the Reds are blissfully oblivious.
This is the best thing I've ever seen.
You never get that kind of thing in a Graham house, do you?
No.
Graham, the only thing that you risk with the Graham house is it being slightly dull.
Joe says we are, as the audience, are being played probably likely it's all scripted. No. This ain't scripted.
No.
This ain't scripted. I bet she's a lot softer today. She would have been
Spoken to and calmed down a little bit, maybe.
A lot softer. She'll go all friendly. Hey, okay, what can we do today to help each other?
Yeah.
Lovely to see you, buddy. Hello, friend.
God, imagine knowing that was going to be on the telly. Awful.
Order some sunshine, Graham.
I'll see you
Graham,
later.
have a great day.
Bye.
Good morning. Oh, wow, that's looking
Good morning.
absolutely fantastic. Right, now what I need you to do is put that effect onto the side table.
You were saying? I'm going to keep you busy so we don't have to discuss anything. Okay, thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Okay.
And then I'm going to finish off the roses. Are they looking good? Ooh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
Are you happy? Don't answer me. Right, I'm going.
Oh, that's not it.
That could have been the...
Could have been a moment.
Yeah. Oh, this is incredible. I don't know if I can take this.
What she was hoping for, and I know people like this, and you do as well. I know people like this who never say sorry. Go in, jolly. We're busy. Let's none of us talk about it again. You pretend you're fine, and I'll pretend I'm fine, and we won't discuss it.
Yeah.
Never works. Yeah. Never works. I think that woman was actually really bloody embarrassed yesterday.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is great because we're not there. Nothing to do with us. It's happened 16 years ago. I think this is 2004. It's still so uncomfortable. Oh, I love it.
Imagine the conversation last night when they went back. Okay.
And breathe.
Are you ready to go back in? I feel like I could do with a gin or something. Right.
It's looking really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's taking shape.
And the
It's a nice colour.
are fantastic.
Again, it
and
feels
he's done
like
such
a
good
boys'
job on
room
that. It's like a
1980s, but
it's not.
shutters are always good.
Or it feels like, when Marks and Spencer's do like a bedroom set.
Yeah.
In their shop, and they'll have like a blue wall. It's
my bedroom was that colour when I was a kid. Lovely.
I quite like that. In fact, my bedroom was that colour when I was a kid as well.
Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Floor looks great.
Will do.
And you've read my mind, really, clearing this up, because the next thing I think we should do is get this seagrass rug down.
We've got this gorgeous woolen twee herringbone sort of fabric for like the daybed in the sort of chill out zone.
Right.
And we're also going to make some
Chill out
throws.
zone. It's not a rave.
What was she called it earlier on? She's the love lounge or something.
The love
wasn't she?
lounge and the chill out zone.
But my theory about people like this is all that loudness and insistence is because they're quite insecure.
Yeah, probably.
Because
it doesn't negate the loudness.
No,
and
not at
insistence,
all.
But yeah, it's probably.
But to not be able to.
Zen lounge and the chill out room. The chill out room's down in the basement. The Zen lounge is when you come in, it's like on the second left.
The sofas. Now I've got this gorgeous woolen woven fabric, pinkies and all oranges, lovely colours for scatter cushions. Then I've got this gorgeous. No.
Oh.
Good for her. She's like, nah, I'm not having this anymore. No,
Yeah, she's had to think about it overnight, and she knows she's right.
I'll go with that, but nah, that's not happening.
Sorry. Can I just explain what we're doing first?
No, because this is not explaining. This is you telling me what you're going to do.
Then before the opinion. See this pink? We're going to make some cushions. And then we're going to take some individual flowers off. And then we'll
Can you just look at that woman's face?
Yeah, okay.
She actually looks quite upset.
See this pink? We're going to make some cushions. And then we're going to take some individual flowers off.
And now she's
then
like,
attach them to the face of it.
WTF?
I really want to do it.
One.
I'm not going to argue.
No
Moving
more.
on quick.
Okay.
So, cushions.
I'm not going to argue. That's also not going to give any ground.
Cushions. So I've set you up there, and I'll do this one. Oh, it's beautiful. Are you getting on with it? Look, perfectly straight. Thank you.
It is not straight.
That forced laughter of people that hate each other. I've had to do that quite a lot in my life.
Yeah. Trying really hard to not make the atmosphere heavy, but it's already done.
I love it.
Love it.
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
Hang on, just go back. People are saying that something was said about the opinion. What
Oh,
was
yeah.
it?
Can you listen to me before the opinion?
Oh.
Face of it.
Oh, right, okay.
Sorry. Can I just explain what we're doing first, and then before the opinion? See this pin?
There we go.
We're going to make some cushions. Really well. So I've set you up there, and I'll do it. Look, perfectly straight. Thank you. That is.
All right, Robbo. That's a little bit strong. It's a little bit strong.
Into the room?
It's a little bit strong.
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
Oh. Are you maintaining this very...
So, by the way, someone has asked, can someone make a montage of Kath jumping when cats jump up on her?
George
climbs up with his claws.
But he also clawed my hand that time.
Oh, wow. So if someone wants to make a montage of that.
It's all right.
Successfully bright and chirpy exterior, but keep your mind off the fact that your living room is currently being Laura Mercuried.
I'm trusting Iain and Caroline. I'm sure they're going to do a lovely job.
They're really trying. They are really... Well, Ian's barely there, but Caroline's trying.
Hey! He calls me when he wants. Hey! I don't a pair of zip-up boots. I go and shake my hair out loose.
That looks all right, actually.
No, it doesn't look shite. And she said...
I thought it looked
you can do one. She said...
Did she mean one cushion or one flower?
I thought she said one flower.
She said one. You said
Okay.
you can do one. I don't know. It was a little bit vague.
All right.
Take my eyes off you. Oh no, no, I don't think so. Some girls always get what they want.
Who's this?
All I seem to get is the other. Dreams of number one.
Sung on YouTube again.
I think we're going to get shocked when we go in there.
Goldfrapp.
I think they're going to get a terrible shock when they come
They're
in
going to
here.
get a very different shock for their country cottage.
That's dial-up.
No, listen.
I know. They're still drilling.
They're still drilling in the back. It'll be 2 days of drilling and banging.
They're doing the whole house, actually.
I don't know what they're doing.
They got the wrong room. They're doing the kitchen.
Graham, darling, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing really well.
What did you want these silver knobs?
Because, you know the nasty bedside tables with the
Yes,
inlay thing?
I do indeed.
I put terylene wadding on them, covered them in the white fabric. We'll puncture it there with the knob.
Lovely.
So that would be lovely.
So you're handling it all right?
I'm handling it fine. I've just got this to do. I've got a footstool to do. I've got also an ottoman to go at the end of the bed to upholster. And
we haven't got a lot of time left.
Okay.
Right, now this is a tabletop. Of course it is. All right. And the idea is we've got a bit of decking, bit of MDF base, decking on.
Bearing in mind she wanted quite traditional countrified...
Are they making a tabletop out of decking? I can't wait to see this room. This is going to be...
Well, it's the reaction
awesome.
I'm interested in. I think that the homeowner will be gracious about it, but it's really very, very strange.
He did say knob, Denzel. I chuckled at that as well.
On top like that, I'm just going to mark round this here like that, and I want you...
By the way, don't you think it's funny that cats always jump up on you and just completely ignore me? Don't you think that's rude? Yeah. Like, I would say it's like 70%.
Is it because I'm sitting on their chair?
Oh, that would be it, yes.
Cut this out for me with a jigsaw. Is that all right? Yeah, no problem. Ready? Right. And then just put the old mirror in there, mate. Like that. And there you have, mate. Good tabletop.
Wonderful. You can't have that as a tabletop. That would be covered in smears and dust. Oh.
Christine, do you know where Graham is?
I'll find him. Danielle, can you find Graham, please?
Graham, Lawrence needs you.
How's this kind of thing?
I'm getting a bit worried that Christine and Danielle are not going to like it. And it does worry me, obviously.
She got big eyes.
Because it's so different.
Like a Japanese
and as we're getting
anime.
closer and closer, I'm thinking, oh my God.
That cat is dead now, yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
I feel very confident that I'm sure Caroline will like it very much.
Christine, when she opens her eyes, is going to be totally shocked. totally unprepared for what she's going to see.
Hey, you two, what are you doing? Come on. You're not sitting drinking tea. In. No, I'm fine all on my own.
That picture actually doesn't look too bad.
Oh, the bedroom is fine.
Chill out zone, man.
Oh, here we go. I hate you. That was on the lips.
Was it?
For the guy was on the lips. Hang on.
Looked like it, didn't it?
It's a bit fruity.
2 days ago, the most
hang on, sorry.
eye-catching thing about this room was the orange and green colour scheme. Then Laura McCree spent £715 to make it look like this.
I love it.
It's still here, though, isn't it? The old orange and green.
It's a festival of colour and warmth and coziness.
I do feel very strongly that Caroline was right to fight to you about doing the flowers all over the face of it.
I absolutely disagree. If I had it there, I wouldn't have had it there. And I do like that sort of outrageousness of it. I like that power.
Yeah, you do, but you don't have to live there. She knows the person whose house it is.
Someone says, Thai TD review says, it's not great, but I'd say maybe 3% better than before. Some people are saying, Toe Rag says, it's shit. Mr. Enki says, bag of shite. Joe says, not that bad. And How Much Is Where says, I really like that, actually. So, just goes to show. We don't know.
But we do know that most of it has been hot glue gunned or stapled on, so...
This is the best episode I've ever seen, by the way.
It's very me, but they didn't want it, so I didn't want to get them upset.
The scheme is quite elegant.
Yes, you did, and yes, you did.
It's quite pared back. Words that I could also use about the budget.
I think I did well. The fabric alone was about £215. We've got these wonderful throws, all the scatter cushions. The wall lights, which we did with all the willow, I think that worked out to be about £42. The side tables, they're a bargain. They're £12 each. And they really make the whole layout. You've got a real cosy area here. And then we've got the artwork at the back, which looks fantastic.
So, we're sitting on the floor down there, are we?
It's the Zen Lounge or the Love Room. Love
Snug or something?
Love Snug.
There's a real sense of space there.
On paper, Christine would love it. What's she going to say when she opens her eyes and sees
She'll
it in
like
the
it.
flesh?
I bet she'll like it.
I think she's going to take a very deep breath.
And then...
I think she'll like it.
It's all right.
Open your eyes.
They haven't effed up the floor.
And they've not stuck anything to the sofas. Yeah. Actually, that's just a throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
that is
Talk about a change.
Oh,
it is different.
Oh, that is... What can I say? I'm speechless.
I'm speechless.
Tell us whether you like it or not. Why can't they say that?
I like that side more than that side.
Well, this is
all of it.
this is supposed to be your kind of chill-outy zone up here.
Wow, it's
Right.
something else, I tell you. I was not expecting.
Well, it is.
If you're in the living room, aren't you already chilling out? Why do you want to go chill out on the floor?
Not another thing like it in Chorley Wood.
No,
I'll be bound.
I'm sure. I must say, it's fantastic. Honestly, honestly.
Have you painted the fireplace?
Yeah, the fireplace has been painted. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Good.
Good.
That looks good. Yeah, that looks much more fresh.
The floor is lovely.
Well, the floor is lovely, isn't
Absolutely
it?
beautiful.
Yes.
Laura's particularly proud of her rose paintings.
Oh, fantastic.
So we must.
That was hollow, wasn't it?
Get her to sign
I
this.
love the colours.
Caroline and Iain worked very hard on
To
this.
sign
sure
those,
did.
did
And
you?
they fought very hard on this one as well.
We're still
What
speaking
do
on
you
it.
think they're going to say when they see their bedroom?
I hope that they're going to feel as excited as I am excited about
Yeah,
this.
they're going to die. won't
Right,
they?
well, look, it's a big space.
Thank you very
You
much.
have a bit of a poke around,
Lovely.
and I'll see you over there. I'm just going to show them their bedroom.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Complete change. What can I say?
Yeah.
I didn't believe that reaction, did you?
No.
It was a wait till they've gone and we can take these down. Fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
48 hours ago, this bedroom looked like it had been decorated along a Mediterranean theme by someone who'd never actually been to the Mediterranean. Graham Wynne spent £748 to make it look...
Well, the budget's more than it used to be. It used to be 500. Oh, Jesus! It was doing all right.
That's what I mean. There was no need for that.
But
painting.
are they just stuck on... Is he painted it on the doors, or is he just... Or you'd say... Couldn't leave us a tin of that blue paint, could you?
Oh,
Could
white.
you, Laurel?
Oh, white.
Just leave it, just in case.
I'm
It's
transported.
all right until you get there.
That is.
Till you get there.
Again, there's always just an element of the panto set about these, isn't there?
Nah, I'm not having that.
Yeah. So have they put another? They put plain doors on and painted them, right?
Absolutely transported.
I love it. I'm really, and I feel it's relaxing, but it's invigorating enough. I feel I'm there in my hotel suite and thoroughly enjoying it.
You've been absolutely rigorous. Unless it's white, it's blue.
By keeping the schemes tight like that, it's sort of visually enlarged the space.
Unless
And
it's white, it's blue.
So it's blue or white, blue and white.
So, Denzel says that is too much more like a tanning salon. Jen says waiting room vibes. That crap Bob Ross painting spoils it. Superfly, it's better than the other one. And it looks like the album cover for an Ibiza chill out compilation.
Yeah. I just don't like the. It's like I don't like the literal reference to the theme.
Yeah.
That just makes it. Yeah, that picture.
Been very, very pleased with the...
Also, I don't think I'd want changing rooms monogram cushions on my bed, but that's the least of my worries if I've given them the keys to my house.
use of the white linen. It looks great on the headboard. And then I got completely carried away because I actually did upholster the bedside tables as well. The whole lot, 52.
So does that mean that when they knock a cup of coffee over on them,
Yeah.
that's going to be... Yeah.
£2.
Tricking the eye quite efficiently, I think, is the floor.
Yes, I'm very pleased with my limestone tiles. £74.
Tiles.
Obviously, you could have made the shutters out of, shop-bought louvered panels.
I know, but they look like shop-bought louvered panels, and they really don't have the guts that those have got. If you go to an old plantation house or whatever, that's the kind of scale that they are. You know, Andy's done a brilliant job with those. They do look the business.
And, of course, you've done a big number in disguising the wardrobe doors.
Yeah, I just wanted those wardrobes to really not
That's
be here,
what
so I
ruins
did
it.
the next best thing, which is make them look like two art panels.
As far as I'm concerned now, it's a question of, how much will they love it?
I think it's worked very well. I do feel in a holiday mood, and I like it anyway, and I don't think there's anything controversial that you wouldn't really like about it. So, fingers crossed, I think they will.
If deck shoes were made into a room, says Easy Target. Yeah, it's kind of deck shoes and chinos, isn't it? Which is Graham.
I can feel you both quaking, shivering and quivering like leaves on a branch. Open your eyes.
Wow. What's the floor?
It's blue.
It's blue.
Have they done the entire floor, or have they done around
Around
where the rug
the
is?
thing.
I've got that seemed to.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of them doing that before.
Yeah.
But it was very basic before, so.
Blue, which isn't green.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
It's stunning and I love it.
I love it. It's stunning.
I love it.
It's a bit grown up, isn't it?
I love
it. I absolutely love it.
Mediterranean.
Under Graham's sort of tutelage, I've done something there for you. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Have you signed it?
I will do. Just to...
I will do for you, my darling. He does look like George Costanza from Seinfeld. That's it, Gatford.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I kept looking at him thinking he looked
Thank
familiar.
You. Couldn't quite get it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. That's exactly who it is.
He's what I find interesting. They'll be happy with it if it's signed by the artist, but if it's just slapped on.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
I love it.
This is so good.
Oh my God! Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thank you. I mean...
No, really.
Oh, there's no curtains.
There's no curtains.
So what happens in the summer?
You wake up early and you go for a jog.
Okay.
Do they not close then, those things?
Well, I'm assuming they're closed, but they won't keep the light. It looks shit.
She just wants this to be over. Can
Yeah.
we just smile and do this bit, and then can you all go, and we'll never speak of it again?
Okay.
It's brilliant.
I think it's
absolutely brilliant.
I think it's brilliant. But do you think...
There it is. There's reality.
She doesn't like it.
It's not... She's going to have to still do stuff to it, she's thinking.
Yeah.
That Christine and Danielle thought what you did was brilliant?
No.
I do. I think they would think it's okay. It's good.
No, I don't. I think I'm having a...
You are Mr. Sunny, aren't you?
Yeah, I am Mr. Sunny.
Well...
I think there may be a few things they're not 100% happy with, but I think, yes, I think they think it was good.
Can we have Christine?
If I was her, I'd be quite pissed off with him.
With
he's
who?
kind of her husband, because he's kind of denying what she's been through.
Well,
Christine and Danielle in, please.
Oh, God. Do you hate it?
Come on in. Come on in.
Do you love it?
Come on in. Come on in.
You hate it?
He loves pulling her about.
Happy with, but I think, yes, I think they think it was good.
What is it? There we go. Watch her yellow shirt.
Have Christine and Danielle in, please.
Oh, God.
He's doing a practical thing. He's positioning for the shot, but...
Do you hate it?
Come on in. Come on in.
Do you love it?
Come on in.
No, he's positioning her for the shot. We've all had to do it if you've been on TV. But there's much more subtle ways. You can just gently nudge someone into the position. You don't...
Also, if someone's already feeling a bit bruised by the whole experience, don't...
It's great.
Don't work them.
Do you hate it?
Come on in. Come on in.
Do you love it?
You like it? Come on in.
You hate it? I love it.
So there you go. E.T.'s official. Chorleywood is the happiest place on the planet.
Are you sure?
See you next time on Change Rooms.
Grab that woman's head. Slap that fella on the ball there.
Hello and welcome to Change Rooms. With me, Lawrence Llewellyn.
What do you want me doing? The camera moves.
I don't know who she is.
People putting on masks.
Still with the flush Saint-Tropez on its cheeks.
I thought you were going to kiss me.
2004. Well done.
Forced laughter. My God.
More eyes. Yes, these go up on. You guys go up on YouTube. I think it was you that was asking. Holy jacker!
That was a study in passive and not so passive aggression.
That was my favourite one. That was my favourite one. That was hideous. That was hideous to watch. Oh, we missed. That was hideous to watch. Let's give Paul a quick call. Paul just called in a minute ago.
Oh, I'm going to sneeze. New series coming up. That says More Eyes 23.
No.
Can't believe that would work in these days.
We would have been told about that by one of our fans.
You would think.
Hello, Paul. Paul.
We're on hold.
Paul.
We're off hold.
Hello.
Hello, Paul.
Where are you?
Hello.
There
I'm
he
here.
is.
We just missed your call. How are you?
I'm well. I have a little bit of news.
Oh.
Well, I wanted to tell you before, but couldn't. I've just been awarded an MBE in the Queen's birthday list.
Mate, that's incredible!
Congratulations!
That's incredible! Oh, Paul, congratulations!
Oh, you must
Thanks
be
very
thrilled.
much.
You must be thrilled.
That's amazing.
I didn't really believe it until I saw my name, and it took me quite a while to find it.
And this is just for banging the drums and doing the big cymbals at the back of the orchestra, right?
Not even the cymbals.
What is it for? So I'm being
services to music.
Oh man, they don't even know about your services to radio.
Well,
Wait till they find out.
Again, I was going to say, well, why have my services to music been overlooked? And then, of course, we're living in a woke age. Yes, I know what this is about.
The chat is going nuts. People are so thrilled for you, Paul.
That is... Oh, mate, I'm glad... I don't normally open Skype after changing rooms, and I'm glad that is incredible, Paul. Congratulations. Without revealing stuff you can't reveal, obviously you know in advance. How far in advance do you know?
It's strange. I think probably because of coronavirus. The letter that I got was dated May, but I received it in June, one day before the deadline, which was weird.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And I've just held on to that it's been excruciating. That's part of the reason I couldn't sleep.
Okay. How are you feeling now, man?
I've got butterflies in my tummy like I've never had in my life as a performing artist. It's weird.
So what happens next?
That I don't know. Because of coronavirus, investitures are not taking place at this moment. So I just wait to hear now. But it's official. It's in the papers.
I mean, she's not going to get you on a Zoom chat and...
So do we have to call you like sir or your lordship?
Member,
or
your membership.
Your member? Baron? Can we call you Baron?
No.
This is wicked,
Just
man.
Paul MBE will do. He's not going to change too much.
That is brilliant, man.
Oh, I'm
Congratulations.
thrilled.
Well done.
Do you know what? It's been a really tough few weeks, and that is really, oh my God, I'm so pleased for you,
That's
Paul.
brilliant.
What a lovely bit of news. Thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, thank you for thinking of letting us know. You know, that's magic. And the chat has gone absolutely nuts. Someone's being a dick and asking about the validity of the honours system. Now is not the time for that conversation, of course.
Some people are bowing and scraping already, which is what we want.
I've got a feeling you might get tapped up for some money by some of these losers as well, Paul. Okay. So just be prepared to tell him to get lost. I can't think of a nicer person that I would wish something like that on, man. That's absolutely brilliant. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Oh, man, how wonderful.
Can I be the first to say up your bum and hang up on you?
Definitely.
Up your bum, sir!
Oh, that's such a lovely bit of news. Don't we need that?
Why did I open Skype? I never opened Skype after that.
Because you knew your betters were trying to get in touch.
Isn't that brilliant? Paul has been calling us for a while, and he's a timpanist. It doesn't mean he works in Timpsons, although there's nothing wrong with that. And he's very chilled. He's given me a lot of suggestions and nudges when things I've been struggling, sometimes privately, sometimes on the air. You're correct, Dangra. How has women of the world not got in an MBE for musical service? I get it. Now is not the time for that conversation. We celebrate by doing quick close-ups of me and Katherine. There we go. Well done, Paul. That's wicked.
Yeah.
What a lovely end. It's not quite the end, because we'll pick up our sponsors, and then we're going to find someone to do a nice raid. Thank you, Jamie, for the subs. It is appreciated. Joan Armour Trading's getting an award. Is she brilliant? I like Joan Armour Trading.
Yeah.
Let's do. Let's say thank our sponsors, because this show couldn't happen without these sponsors. Okay, this is our job. This is how we make our living. This is how we feed our kids. We're not married, by the way. We have separate kids, except my kids are upstairs. This is how
mine are like.
This is how we pay our mortgage. This is our job. So, thank you for everyone who chucks bits, who goes to PayPal and gives us a few quid, who subs. Tier 3 subs, check your whispers. We're having a meeting tomorrow morning at 11. We also have to run adverts. Fine, don't have a problem with that. But also, we've got our brilliant sponsors, and these really make sure the show happens. Richard Gregorian has been one of our longest kind of champions, and hopefully none of you will need his services. Either because your marriages are strong or you have murdered your partners and buried the bodies and you've done a good job of that, and there's no chance of them being found. However, if your marriage isn't strong and you're a pussy, then divorce is probably the best way to go. GELaw.co.uk is the place to go. They will approach the situation with a human touch.
Yeah.
Poseidon Safety Management.
They don't approach it with a human touch.
Approach it with a canine touch. I want to love her with a canine touch. That sounds wrong, but some people do. I've seen films. I haven't actually.
Referenced
I've seen pictures. I've not seen films, and I wouldn't want to. I turned that film down when it was doing the rounds at college on VHS. Turned it down. Didn't want to see it.
Terrible.
But I've seen pictures. Anyway, that's irrelevant to this. Poseidon Safety Management, manned guarding, guard dogs, mobile patrols in Devon and in Cornwall. They're making Devon and Cornwall safer. They're really good with the animals as well. Zeus, who is Nick's dog, was abandoned, probably about 18 months old, found in a really, really bad condition. And, as someone who all of my cats are rescue cats, actually. All of my cats have been rescue cats. Someone who's a big fan of, rescue animals and rehabilitation and giving a chance to animals that other people might go, I don't think so. Not that there's anything wrong with going, I don't think so. That's all good as well. But I'm a big fan of the rescue animal. Anyway, Zeus was rescued and was not in a great shape and was been treated really badly, and now is a working dog and is well looked after and well loved, and we know because we've seen him.
Yeah.
And Nick does that. So Nick, thank you very much indeed. 34sp.com. It's web hosting, guys. It's web hosting. Maybe you got a website, maybe you got an idea for a website. We're always talking about the side hustle. These sponsors are kind of our side hustle as well as a few other things. And you want a little website. Maybe you just want to do something a little bit fun, a little bit creative. Maybe you want to teach yourself, how to build a website. 34sp.com is the place to go. They specialize in kind of WordPress, but they will be able to help you. You can get 3 months web hosting free, which is great when every penny counts, by going to their website, kind of getting the package you want. And then when you get to the checkout, if you use the code TLNA for the late night alternative, TLNA, then you can get 3 months for free. 34SP are moving towards Kubernetes 2. Oh, thank you, Sensibilium. 34SP are moving towards Kubernetes 2. I don't know what that means.
No, but it sounds interesting, and I'm sure it's good. The other thing is, if you work for a registered charity, have a look at 34SP's homepage, because they make a promise to basically help out registered charities. They give a certain amount of a certain percentage of their servers to registered charities. Have a look. They've done about 600 at this moment, and they're always, interested in talking to you. So have a chat with them.
And we say goodnight, although I'm going to do a few tweets over the weekend, of course, and you'll hear them in some podcasts that are coming up soon. We say goodbye to Viz. We've had Viz for a week, man. That week has flown by. Let's get the whole goddamn thing. Let's get the whole thing up there. We had Viz for a week, and when Simon, one of the artists from Viz, got in touch and said, I think maybe the company that owns us might want to do some advertising with you. The guy that did Finbar Saunders. I was like, yeah, okay. And we sent an email, and we didn't hear anything for a while. And then they got back and they said, yeah, we'd love to. And we're going to set up a special page for your viewers to go and subscribe. And there it is.
And they did.
subscribe.viz.co.uk/TLNA. It's just been put in the chat. Thank you for that, Mark. If you click on that, and that'll be up for a while, I'm going to email them and say, I'll keep it up for a bit longer. But I don't know how long, so get in there quick. You will get 3 issues of Viz for £1. You can cancel it then if you want. I don't know why you will, because it's. Can we find?
It's funny, you know what? And we're very thin on the ground when it comes to humour at the moment. So it's just daft. It's just really daft, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that's Viz, subscribe.viz.co.uk/TLNA. 3 copies for £5.
I have just watched the BBC's Jenny Hill reporting on COVID precautions being taken by football teams in Germany. And she said that Eintracht Frankfurt will be disinfecting their balls at half-time.
There we go.
No wonder the infection rate in the UK is so high. We're only told to wash our hands. Now, that is... There you go. So thank you, Viz. It's been an absolute thrill. And just to say, this show is going to be sponsoring the letters page. As far as I know, God willing, we're going to be sponsoring the letters page of the 300th edition of Viz, which I think is coming up in 2 months' time, I think the last one that just came out was 297, or maybe it was 298. Anyway, the 300th edition of Viz, there's a chance that we might be in it. It's only be a tiny little thing.
But still.
So thank you, Viz. We really appreciate it, and we hope that we wish you continued success. Someone's saying, how do we sponsor the show, Catherine?
You send us an email to latenightalternative@gmail.com. And we'll talk about it. It's not as expensive as you think.
It's lower hundreds. Honestly, it's
you could do a week, you could do a month. It's up to you. We can tailor it to what you need.
Yeah, we tend to do a week or a month, or packages of weeks or a month. I mean, we could probably do a day. I suppose we've not approached that yet. We'd rather do it in a week, and it's cheap enough that I think a week is affordable. Send us an email with who you are and what you do. If you can send us a link to your website as well, please. Just in case we look at it and we go, well, Combat 18. I don't know if we really want those. The Proud Boys. I don't know if we really want those.
Yeah.
So we can go. We've looked at the website and but we will certainly. The next step then would be we tell you our prices and you go, yeah, that sounds great. Then we have a Zoom meeting and then we chat about it.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple of spaces coming up.
And then of course you get mentioned 3 times per show on here. It also goes on the podcast. You get a mention on there.
Do a couple of tweets to 102,000 people as well a week.
And it'll be on YouTube forever.
How's about that? Right, we're going to do a little raid. And I'm sorry I'm being a bit vague about the lost things. I'm just trying to catch up with a couple of things, and then I need to kind of get into thank you, Del. And then I need to kind of get into a groove and set a time for that. But I got my boys and this today and tomorrow, and I wasn't expecting that. But don't forget, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Hello, Georgie boys.
Here we go. He's coming on your lap now.
Yeah, but he jumps up on you. Why are you still awake? Please, can we go to bed? We're going to go to bed in a minute. Have a quick look at Retro. Do stick around for this. I know a load of people go, well, the show's finished, it's the raid. Stick around for the raid, man. Stick around for the raid, because honestly...
We found some absolute beauties recently.
Haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone's watching a Jackie Chan marathon. Wow. But it's one of his crap films.
He's trying to please both of us now. He's got his back legs on you and his front on me.
You're a good boy. I like cameras. I like to see a camera of the person. So... Sorry? Hello. Where's our headies? There you go.
Thank you. Sorry, George. That's very off-putting for you, isn't it?
Inspiration that he had. Everyone knows the whole the pizza story.
The pizza story is rubbish. It used to be called Puckman. It used to be called Puckman.
Inspired by a Japanese character. He is Japanese after all. And this
pizza
is how
story
the
is
Japanese
nonsense.
write. You got your English on the right there. You got your Japanese on the left.
Yeah, here we go.
And if you'll notice, the symbol for mouth, all the way on the left, is a square. Okay. And then a little bit to the right...
That's a little bit dry. That's the kind of thing I would... what's this? Slugs fundraiser.
I try to work from home as much as I can. Phoenix Dallas costs like $100. What? I haven't...
Oh, I like her.
I think I like this.
I haven't seen any for sale yet. All of a sudden,
a hodgepodge of elements that came together to form a cohesive stream so I can play JRPGs for you, Japanese role-playing games for you.
All of a sudden, monsters
Surgery
are gone.
fund.
Is it you guys who got them?
Surgery
destroyed
fund.
the source of the monsters.
Should we go and have a little look? And if you can help, you can help. And if you can't help, you can't help.
Won't you stay and watch me?
She ain't going to make that $2,000 with the 3 people she's got watching, one of which is me.
My whole family's that way, so his whole family are cooks. Anyway, it'll be done in a minute, okay? I'm going to go get my coffee. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Let's do this now. When she comes back, this is going to blow her mind, all right? This is going to blow her mind. Oh, yeah, Gatford. I saw you said that I was called Lane Lee yesterday. I forgot to mention that, you absolute bell cheese.
Your insolence has been noted.
Tatty bye.